Good evening, and welcome to the April 2nd, 2026 meeting of the Town of Southampton Zoning Board of Appeals. This meeting is being held live and also via video conferencing on the town's website. For those of you online who wish to view tonight's live meeting only and not participate, please do not join the Zoom meeting. If you're having difficulties accessing the hearing in either case, visit the town clerk's meeting portal and click on the instructions link. With that, I'd like you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you're here with us tonight in person, please silence your cell phone and refrain from speaking to one another as it interferes with the recording of our proceedings. In case of an emergency evacuation, please exit through the rear doors of this room to one of the staircases across the hall and continue downstairs and out through the main entrance. Do not attempt to use the elevators during the emergency evacuation, and since it's not working, that's definitely the case tonight. In case of a medical emergency, the automated external defibrillator and first aid kit are both located in the hallway on this floor opposite the elevator. Restrooms are located across the hall. Tonight, board member John Rebhan is absent and John Leonard will be arriving a little late. A reminder that applicants, agents, and members of the public speaking other than attorneys will be sworn in, will state their address for the record, and will offer their testimony as it relates to the application before the board. In order to consider properly every application before us tonight, individuals commenting on a particular application will have a time limit of 3 minutes. I want to emphasize we welcome comments, but must adhere to the time limit in order to accommodate all interested in speaking on any one application. Written comments on any application are also welcome. Please address these comments to the members of the board and send via email, mail, and/or dropped off at Town Hall to the board secretary, Candace Cowell, in the building department. At this time, I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of our March 19, 2026 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Mastonia? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, motion approved.
You do it so
Go
good.
ahead.
Could you
Bob,
maybe
why don't
just-
you take us through the
I'll
agenda?
take us through the agenda.
Could you just wait 1 second? So that I can hear it too?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. This is John Leonard.
Oh, gee. Sat here.
It's the trick chair.
Madame me.
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, go through it, Bob.
Number 3 on tonight's agenda, Alex Demrin Demir, revocable trust dated 6/14/23. We're going to adjourn that, re-advertise for 4/16. No vote.
416.
Let's jump over to number 9 on tonight's agenda, 94 Dune Road Holding Corp. We're going to adjourn that to 7/16.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Number 10 on tonight's calendar, Caleb Kerseval. We're going to adjourn that to May 7th.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
On the decision calendar, Jeremy McMahon, we're going to make a motion to reopen that, to accept written submissions.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Now I move to close it, to have a decision later on tonight.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Oh, Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
The decision for Donna Regan, we're going to adjourn that to April 16th.
Second.
But before we
Can I-
vote on that, there's another motion that wants to be made on that.
Well, I'd like to discuss, we just got a submission that was substantive and not necessarily responsive to my satisfaction. And I would suggest we could reschedule. I'd like to reopen the meeting and have them come back in and explain the submission, and then we can decide what to do from there. That's all
Second.
I'll say on it. Thank you.
Okay, Okay, do we want to set a date on that as part of the,
Make a motion to reopen.
okay, and then we pass that, and then we set a date, if we pass that.
I will
All right.
make a motion to reopen the hearing of Donald
Okay.
Reagan.
And I would second that.
Okay. Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, and then we want to set a date.
Now we want to move it to the,
Make a motion to take testimony, open it for testimony at the next meeting.
That's a no, that's not available. It would have to be on the 7th.
can we fit that on the 7th?
7th of May, May 7th.
All right, so let's make a motion.
All right, so I make the motion to reopen the hearing. I'm sorry,
Hold
schedule.
on, 1 second.
Can we fit it on the 16th or not?
This is Reagan.
Well,
It's just that one issue, right?
no, it's complicated.
This written submission?
Yeah.
I think so. I may have spaced those.
And then we have
Okay, we're on the 16th.
Make a motion to reopen for the 16th.
I'm making a motion to reopen the hearing and call the applicant back before the board at the May 7th meeting.
No, it's
No,
April
April
16th.
April 16th meeting,
I second.
sorry.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess? Aye. Chair votes aye.
Bob, will you second on it?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
The decision for David Dunaway is going to be adjourned till April 16th.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
And Ms. Burgess? Aye. Chair votes aye.
The decision for Singles and Doubles LLC, we're going to make a motion to reopen that to accept written submissions.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
I now move to close it with a decision rendered later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
McDonald? Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
The decision for Doris F. Lucero Nunez, I'm going to adjourn till April 16th.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Okay, the decision for Nicholas Martin, going to make a motion to reopen that to accept written submissions.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Okay, now I move to close that application for a decision to be rendered later tonight.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
The application of the decision for Richard Tausnick, we're going to adjourn until April 16th.
Second.
Mr. Mastonia?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, John, are you prepared to go back to?
Yes, I'm all ready. Thank you. I apologize for the delay. Okay, number one on the agenda, application of Carl Meyer, 14 Pepperidge Lane, Hampton Bays, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-323-5-22. Applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for a sky plane encroachment of 4,692 cubic feet, 2,346 square feet on the west and east respectively for a proposed two-story dwelling on a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
Are you an
They're
attorney?
just one packet each.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Thank you.
Please state your name and address.
Peter Rollinson, 14 Pepperidge Lane, Hampton Bays, New York.
Please let me swear you in as well.
All yours.
Did you give him a Candace?
She already has something.
Okay, I'm going to swear.
Do you have one?
Peter. Okay, Lisa, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Lisa Boyer, Twin Forks Permits, on behalf of the applicant. It's 288 East Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays, New York, 11946.
All right, Lisa, you're going to start us off on this?
Yes, so I submitted some application packages to you this evening. You can flip through them. I'll discuss it as we move forward here. But the cover sheet is just an aerial of the neighborhood. The property has been highlighted by the GIS. So the applicant is here this evening. It's Donna and Peter Rollinson. They are in contract to purchase the property. It's been sold through an estate, so it's a vacant piece of property located at 14 Pepperidge Lane in Hampton Bays. Right now, like I said, it's vacant. The lot area is 10,164 square feet. In order to adjust for wetlands on the property is approximately 5,317 square feet. There are extensive wetlands on the property in the rear of the lot. The lot is 55 feet wide, so it's a very narrow lot. It is single separate property. The owners are now looking to do a new residence on the property. They have applied to the town Environment Division and received a wetland permit. That is in the packages. And the house has been designed to meet all of the required setbacks with regards to principal relief under 330-83K. So we're not asking for any setback relief from front yard, from side yards. We're not asking for any lot coverage relief. There's no accessory structures on the property. This is solely for a principal building. The house has been sized at approximately 1,200 square feet. It is technically a one-story house with 2 bedrooms in it, but the first story starts up at elevation because underneath, it's been designed with the garage underneath it. So we're trying to keep everything compact, as small as possible, because we are sensitive to the wetlands, the narrow lot width. The only relief we're requesting this evening is for pyramid. So in the packages here, we're asking for 4,692 cubic feet of relief. The house has been centered on the property, so it's not, we're asking for one side or another. Again, that's a bigger number, but we have been the house to the garage underneath. We're in a flood zone, so it has raised it up. But we can't have a garage in the flood zone, so we've tried to design everything with that in mind. In the packages here, you do have
How high is the ceiling in the garage?
10 feet. Standard garage height. In the packages here, you have the neighborhood analysis, and it's all the neighborhoods, all the properties in this residential area. There's a map that goes along with it that kind of shows you what's been reviewed as far as numbered. If you look at that, there's 6 other properties in the neighborhood that have had pyramid relief granted. The largest one was 6,828 square feet. There was one that was all the way down to 120 cubic feet. I'm sorry, cubic feet of the 6,828 cubic feet. Sure,
So you said we're in a flood zone.
yes.
My reading of the survey is that the flood zone, the 89 flood zone, the line of it is in the middle of your wetlands setback. Is that correct? So the house itself is not in the flood zone.
We're in FEMA flood zone AE elevation 8,
The house itself is in AE8?
yes.
Okay.
There's
Is the
a-
house being raised? Is there a requirement that the house be raised?
The first floor elevation of the house is at elevation 19.83, and that's because the livable area is technically on the second floor. The area beneath that is the garage, and you're allowed to have a garage within the FEMA flood zone, in AE flood zone, so long as you have the hydrostatic vents and the openings that allow the water to pass through.
Okay, but my question is that a requirement of the house being raised? I mean, because if the house has to be raised, that is a factor for us to consider, and we have, historically, this board has given additional pyramid relief and consideration of that. So,
I mean, the residents in general, yes, would need to be raised from, because you're in an AE8, so you'd be at 10 plus the new 18 inches, so you'd be at 11 and a half as the minimum floor requirement elevation.
What is it at now with the garage underneath?
The garage itself is, the slab will be at 8.5.
So,
Trying to figure out, if you get rid of the garage and you just did the floor, what would your first floor be at?
yeah.
11 and a half.
And then, is it able to calculate what the sky plane encroachment would be at that point?
I have not had that done yet.
I think we would like to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
continue, you're doing really well.
Peck. I'm learning.
I know. So I had the same concerns. I just think the pyramid relief is too much. The lot is self-constrained by its own unique circumstances. We appreciate the challenge you have. But for the lot itself, that kind of relief, I think is excessive, and efforts made to reduce it. And I feel a lot better about a house there without the garage, and I think that could be made to work a bit better than the towering structure on a pretty small lot.
So just a clarification, Lisa. So you said if you didn't have the garage, you would start the house at 11.5 feet, is that correct?
I believe so, but I'd have to take a look.
What is the grade level?
The grade right now is around 7.
7 or 8? Okay, so it would be 3 feet above grade.
Okay, so the question is, what would be the pyramid relief if you weren't going to do a
Yeah.
garage?
That's what I like to see.
Correct.
Okay,
Come down
Right,
2,000.
and the garage with a 10-foot ceiling.
Well, if there was no garage at all, you just had a house.
Well, no, absolutely, but the garage here is a 10-foot
ceiling.
ceiling,
Right.
and then I'm honestly, I look at these plans, and I'm uncertain as to what we're looking at in terms of the living space, the heights of the living space.
On the second floor, or what is
On the
first
second
living-
floor, what I'm seeing is a 6-foot 8-inch plate height. I'm not sure how
It's
that.
on the sides, yeah.
But I'm not sure how that translates to what you have here in terms of ceiling heights for the living space on the second floor. Do you have that number?
To the actual peak of the point, to the
Well,
roof
is
ridge?
that an open, is that a
It would be an
completely open space?
It would be open up above, yes.
Okay, so what is the height there?
I can find that out.
Because it seems to me like, for the purpose of having a vaulted ceiling,
Yeah, I mean,
we're asking for almost 5,000 cubic feet of relief.
Distance here. I'll have it noted on the plan, to the actual roof ridge.
I'm going to ask you to recalibrate your expectations here and reduce the load of the pyramid relief request. Cathedral ceiling, my preference would be, I think you could fit the house you want without the garage, and at the very least, the expectations for a cathedral ceiling that requires this much pyramid relief on so constrained a lot, I just think it's excessive. And I think others may share that feeling, but I'll let them speak.
Just in the packages as well, just so that you know, there were other properties, like I said, in the neighborhood that did have pyramid relief. One of them was 6,800 and some cubic feet.
What was next door? Any pyramid relief to either side of this property?
No, but one property away was
Okay,
a
I
house that
just
has
wanted- yeah.
pre-existing C of O, and there's a lot of houses in this neighborhood, as you'll see in the chart, that have pre-existing C of Os. And if you drive the neighborhood, those houses, a lot of them would require pyramid relief. But because they're
But they were built.
pre-existing, yes.
yeah,
And-
Years ago.
And some of them are on larger lots, so that, 6,000 feet of 4,500 or 5,000 pyramid relief on a tiny lot looks differently than one on a larger lot.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge here, and I don't diminish it, just trying to be direct.
Well, so I think what you're hearing is that, if you can come back with some creative planning on how to reduce the pyramid relief, saving the garage or not saving the garage, and see, how well you can, because it's a very, very small piece of
The
land.
garage is very important to me for my boat. I know that's not, a big.
Okay,
Well, that's wonderful. That's, we all make those decisions. What is most important to us? And if the
Yeah.
boat is important to you, then
You gotta
there's
come up
place
with
for
some other-
compromise someplace else.
and maybe it's not 10 feet in the garage, maybe it's 8 feet, I don't know, but,
For the boat, maybe you need the 10 feet.
I don't know,
I
but.
don't know. One thing I would just note with regard to the variances that you've put in front of us, I would note that only 1/3 of what you've shown us is actually over even 1,000 cubic feet. The 6,000 cubic foot is clearly an outlier, and I think it's really dependent upon the facts and circumstances of each of these variances, which we will certainly go through before you come back. But.
And the table also represents that more than 50% of the properties in this neighborhood have had some kind of a variance in general. And just to note, that we're not asking for.
Setbacks, it could be pyramid, it
But we're
could
not
be.
asking for setback relief on this particular case.
But
or
that
any other
doesn't matter.
relief. We've designed everything to meet the setback requirements, to meet for wetlands.
We went small to
Well,
start.
if you've watched what we've been doing up here, you would notice that we are more amenable to setback relief than we are to pyramid relief.
Correct.
Well, it may,
As
the
a board.
neighbors may not be, but we
The
are
neighbors may
definitely.
not be, but
But, all right, I think you know
Yep.
what
I
has
think also,
to,
aren't your R20, aren't the setbacks 10 feet on an R20, or am I wrong?
this single and separate. So the,
And if you've got a wetland permit, you
You get 50%.
have
What
room
I'm saying is they
to the
can go
front
further.
too, if you needed it.
They're at 12.
It's been reduced to what? the
That's
minimum?
been reduced already, okay,
10.
just checking.
It's 10,
There is
so
an,
that,
there is
so,
an IA system.
I mean, you've got
AI
setbacks of
AI
12
system
right
for
now,
IA
so you have room.
So,
Okay.
okay, so, all right. Well, if we're gonna adjourn this, John, this is yours.
Yes.
Oh, wait, before I do
Hold on, you
anything,
gotta
I
talk
have
to
to ask
people.
about the audience. Thank you so much. Be
Gotta
honest.
talk to
Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on 14 Pepper Ridge Lane? Oh, come up. You can stay there. Do you want to stand there, or do you want to come to the table? Okay, come sit down. Are you an attorney?
No, I'm
Okay, let me
not.
swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Ed Wachtel, and I'm at 12 Pepperidge Lane.
Okay, do you want to tell us what your comments are?
Yeah, my wife and I are on adjoining property owners, and we opposed the application because of, at the residence, we understand the lot is constrained by size and wetlands, but we don't feel it should be shifted onto adjoining property owners through a variance that permits, encroachment into the pyramid relief. We feel that granting this relief weakens an important spacing and sky plane protection that helps preserve the open character of the area. Our concern is that the design places the structure too close to, in massing, to the adjoining properties and intrudes into the protected sky plane area. From our dining room window, which faces the proposed home, the requested relief would materially reduce the openness that currently exists between the properties. Yeah, for those reasons, we respectfully ask the board to deny the requested variance.
Okay, Mr. Bucktail, they're going to come back with some reconsideration of the plans. So, we'll let you know, you'll know when that hearing is, and you can come and hear it as well, and hear what they come up with. And I do suggest, Lisa, that maybe meeting with the neighbors is always a good idea. And, it's open property now, so there's gonna be something there. It's not gonna be as open as it was before, as you know. But let's see if, neighbor to neighbor, we can come up with something that's accommodates all of everybody's needs.
Yes, certainly, I understand, and of course, I wish Peter and Donna the very best.
Yes. Okay, well, that's very nice. Okay, thank you for your comments. Is there anybody else in the audience who wishes to be heard? Is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 14 Pepperidge Lane?
No one.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you. You snuck in.
you did the right thing.
Good, stand up. Are you an attorney?
No,
Okay, let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Michael Ziffer, 16 Pepperidge Lane.
Oh, so you're on the other side.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, Michael, tell us what your comments are.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably just echo what, Ed just said. I'm on the other side. Does seem like the proximity to our home is just super, super close. So, we're just kind of concerned that, the height limits, which are intended to preserve light, air, and space between neighboring properties. Like, that's the point of this rule. And frankly, one of the things I think we value most about Pepperidge Lane is the privacy, the quiet, and the sense of space between homes. And we're concerned that, this variance would diminish these qualities and obviously encourage like similar requests in the future. So for those reasons, we also respectfully ask the board to deny the requested variance.
Okay.
I understand it's
Thank
going
you
back
for
to the
your
drawing board,
comments.
but.
I make the same, Lisa, suggestion you talk to neighbors and, listen to what their concerns are and see if you can't accommodate that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody on Zoom?
We do actually have one person.
Oh, there we go. Okay, glad I asked again.
I'm still on mute, I think.
No, we can hear you, we can't see you.
Okay, I don't know why my camera isn't working.
Okay.
Um,
Let me swear you in before you say anything. Are you
Okay.
an attorney?
No, ma'am,
Okay, let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and your address.
My name is Charles Judice. I live at 9 Allenson Lane, which is directly across from the subject property.
Okay, so can we have your comments, please?
Yes, I have a couple. I don't think this is quite as simple as a relief from a pyramid law. I think you've got wetland setbacks and relief from the buffer that's supposed to be 100 feet is down to 60 feet. The relief from the septic, it's supposed to be 150 to 200 feet, it's 126 feet. So there are some environmental issues also. I think it also requires a state DEC freshwater wetlands permit, which I don't know if they have or not. So that is just another reason why I'm objecting to it at this time. It also, the application identifies it as an SEQRA, SEQRA type 1, type 2, when it's really an SEQRA type 1 because it is a new building. And that has a whole separate set of rules.
This is a
and that's-
secret too. I'm sorry, this is
type 2.
definitely a type 2 for secret.
Oh, okay, because well, what I've got off the town thing is type 2 are pre-listed activities or such as minor repairs, routine maintenance, some small-scale building additions, and certain administrative decisions.
Generally
that's type
residential are
1.
considered type 2.
Okay, I mean, you're the plan, so I'm not gonna argue with you.
Okay,
When I just looked it up, so.
okay.
And the third thing is that endangered species that supposedly is on the property. I don't know how or if that has been addressed.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Endangered
There's
species.
an endangered species listed on the property?
Would that be the long-eared bats?
Yes.
They have their wetlands permit,
Yeah.
so that addresses all of the environmental concerns that you're
Isn't the
talking about
migration
and the
period
Okay,
endangered
well, I
species.
didn't know they had the wetland permit. Okay?
Dated
and,
April 2nd, 2026.
Today.
Okay.
Right.
It just came in the mail.
Today. Okay, well, no wonder, I didn't know you had it.
Okay.
And also, a question on the test hole, because, I'm in the same situation here where the water table is. I noticed on the blueprint that they did a test hole at the very front of the property, not where the actual home and garage is going to be situated. And I'm just wondering if that's accurate as much as the land slopes there. And those are my only questions.
Okay. You'll address those.
So the test hole was conducted because it's at the beginning of the property. The property is not cleared right now. The test hole installer couldn't get back there, but it is close to where the proposed IA septic system will be located, which is generally acceptable by the health department. We do have a health department application pending, and we do have submission to the DEC. We're waiting for that permit as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. All right, is there anybody else? Okay. Now, John, I'm gonna.
Okay, so Lisa, when would you like to come back? We have 5-7 and 6-4, it looks like.
6-4 would be better for me.
Okay, so I'll move to hold the application of Kalkmeyer open till 6-4.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia? Ms. Kane? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, number 2 on the agenda, application of Rondegale LLC, 132 Cold Spring Road. It's Cold Spring Point Road, Tuckahoe, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-155-18-1. Applicant requests relief from the following provisions of the Town Code for a proposed two-story dwelling. 1, Section 330-6 General Regulations that references Section 330-11 Residence District's Table of Dimensional Regulations as reduced by Section 330-83K yards for a principal front yard setback from 30 feet to 25 feet. 2, Section 330-115D Continuance for a principal minimum side yard setback from 14.4 feet to 12 feet. 3, Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for an east sky plane encroachment of 2,793 cubic feet. In addition, applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-76D, placement of accessory building structures and uses in all districts, and Section 330-83C yards to allow a deck and pool to be located within the required side yard for the principal building on a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
For the applicant, David Gilmartin Jr., Greenberg, Troy, 2317 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. Mr. and Mrs. Esser here, and they are the owners of the LLC.
Are you, either of you attorneys?
Not.
I am.
Okay, so let me swear you in. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name and address.
Stacy Esser, 11 Forest Road, Tenafly, New Jersey. Stacy Esser.
Which one is this?
Just the one, no E.
Okay, Stacy, and just state your name and address.
Darren Esser, 11 Forest Road, Tenafly, New Jersey.
Okay. All right.
Ms.
Hello.
Krupp, how are you?
Good. State your name, please.
I did.
Oh, you did. All right, sorry. I was, got ahead of me. All right, go ahead, David.
What's your name, David? So this property is located on Cold Spring Point. And many of the properties from here coming in is an area that is transferring from a summer cottage area to a real full residential neighborhood. The properties along there were created prior to 57. The zoning's R40, so they're all non-conforming in size, except for the property at the end. I've given you as Exhibit A, a copy of the tax map. I highlighted our lot. If you look at all the lots, none of them are conforming, except for the one on the end, which is 1.2 acres.
Yep. Okay.
So, as the survey indicates, we're really challenged with wetlands on this lot. You have the actual wetlands here, and then we have the non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer, which really pulls the entire development on the site to Cold Spring Point Road. The other challenging factor is the property is only 90 feet wide, but 150 is what's required. R140. So the development's really squeezed towards the front of this lot and centered as much as we can do. With respect to the character of the neighborhood, I think if you've been there, you've seen this changeover to full residential, larger houses, mostly two-story. And really, a lot of the properties on Cold Spring Point have gotten variances. I've provided a site plan that South Fork Environmental did, and then a bunch of the cases, and if you look here, everything in yellow has a variance.
It could be a little misleading because they did require variances to initially build on them. But Suffolk Environmental listed the variances and what was required. And just by way of comparison to what we're looking for, 42 Cold Spring Point Road had 7,938 cubic feet. 45 Cold Spring Point Road had 5,620. 81 had 3,910. 109 had 3,000.
Without knowing the particulars of these, I don't think it's that important to just read off the number. We don't know the numbers, we don't know the circumstances, we don't know the years. So if you could get on with,
I appreciate that, but I think it's a very good argument to the character of the neighborhood that this is what's happening, so.
what's happening as opposed how long ago did this happen? So that's relevant to us too.
Well, what's relevant is the character of the neighborhood. That's probably the largest part of the test. You know, if you listen or read any of the commentators on zoning, the two famous ones are Patricia Salkin, who's a professor, and Terry Rice. And he does the commentaries for the state code. And they both say the character of the neighborhood is really the compelling factor.
We have to, just getting the numbers is not sufficient. We'd have to go beyond that. And you give us the numbers, but that, for me, that's not sufficient, for me.
Right, well, I'll finish, but I do think it's important.
Year and what the circumstances of each
They're-
area.
They're connected to what I handed you. So, you know, the challenge, certainly with the front yard setback, is we're pushed up, right? And then the challenge for the pyramid law is the squeezing that we got. So, again, I believe it's the character of the neighborhood. We cannot build anything, the property is undevelopable unless we get the setbacks, certainly the front yard setback. So the only way to achieve a house on this lot.
And just to be clear, for the purposes of this discussion, the front yard is the portion that fronts on the road, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to the, right.
That's actually the rear.
Yeah.
That's the rear.
Well,
Water is the front.
I think,
But you consider it your front yard, but it really is the rear
No,
yard.
it's the rear. And Art actually submitted a memo.
Yes, he did.
Waterfront.
because that's been back and forth with this board.
Yes. No, it's.
No, the
Art
water
corrected
is the
himself.
front.
Art
That's-
corrected himself.
The front,
Yeah.
so
Except
the
that-
street.
Well,
Let's
I
talk
know.
street.
this is why I said near the road.
It's your technical front yard, or your theoretical front yard.
Can you
Right.
pass that to Rooney? It's a memo from Art. He just
Yeah.
corrected it.
Yeah.
But this board has taken different positions. Katie and I went through it, but they have taken different positions. The other thing I add,
But your point being that you need relief
yeah, absolutely.
from the street in order to build
Yes.
on this
Right.
property.
And this board has granted that in other
Right.
occasions. I would submit that our request tonight is not substantial. We're entitled to a 20% clearance on the property, and it's only 12.1%. So we're under the lot coverage significantly. Part of this project will involve the installation of an IA system, so it will be environmentally sound, and as Sharon said earlier, area variances are type 2 under SEQA, so they're real environmental issues. And it's the wetlands combined with the creation of the lot for zoning, which creates the hardship here.
Is the buildable area in a flood zone?
Sure, yeah.
It's in an
Getting you to put that on the record.
AE6.
Getting to
Help
that.
me here.
A6.
No garage underneath?
Yeah.
No garage underneath, just-
So how much is the house being lifted?
So 6 puts us at 9.5.
Okay, this is, are you done with your presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so this is mine, so let me, I unfortunately was not able to get to see the property, though I think Kevin has and some others. Yes, okay. So I had a couple of questions. You need a new wetlands permit, apparently.
We got one.
I think you need a new one because there's a,
We just got a new one.
oh, you just got a new one?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
did
it
you
was
submit that?
November. We got the DEC and the
Okay.
Southampton and the Health Department.
Okay, all right, and that was submitted,
And
I
Marty.
assume, right? I know you got the single
Conservation
separate.
Yes, Southampton Conservation Board, yes.
Okay, all right. Why did I miss that? Is it in the packet? All right, okay.
It's a lot of paper.
It was. What are the ceiling heights?
There's the, first floor is 9.1, and then the second floor is 8.1.
Okay.
And cathedral ceilings in the top? No? Okay.
And the garage.
No garage.
No garage.
What's the,
So what is it a storage space under there?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
And
also-
mechanicals?
I think,
I believe so,
yeah, they'd like to put the mechanicals under the,
Okay.
and what
Would
is
you-
there's a roof aspect to this application as well. There is a seating area or something on the roof?
yes, on the back, there's a small seating area facing the back of the house, or, yes.
The back or
Facing the
front?
water.
Or the front of the house, this year.
Facing the water?
Facing the water.
Facing the water.
I'm
Yes,
confused.
okay.
In the water. Yeah, we'll just call it that, not front or rear. I would love to know what the pyramid relief would be, if any, if this house was not raised. I would love to know that. Do you think your architect can tell us that?
I'm sure he could,
Yeah.
he's not here.
I mean, simply because you have to raise it, and I think that that is a considerable factor for this board.
So if we built it at grade?
We could do the math.
Yeah, right. It would,
I'm sure it would comply, right? It's,
If it's well within the pyramid, or in the pyramid.
yeah, it would be, but it's a good piece of information. You could submit that as part of a written submission, you know.
Should have asked that
So
the last
basically, at grade, what would the pyramid relief be versus
You just
having
had a
to
two-story
elevate it?
any,
home that was
right.
unelevated.
If any.
I would love to know that, because
So-
that would really change
If you want
things.
to do that, it has to be average natural grade, it's not going to be at grade.
Okay.
Average
That's-
natural
that's
grade?
what they're asking him-
Well, yeah, well,
that's
that's
what
what-
they're asking him to do. That the architect should know to take it from average
Right.
natural grade.
Which is what
Right,
they do usually.
right.
When they're not flooding.
Yes.
I don't think we're there yet.
Okay, so go ahead,
I'll
Kevin,
go
did you
when-
have?
So, the thing that struck me, looking at this, and I appreciate the thoroughness of the presentation, is if the pool was turned 90 degrees and the deck was not as large to the side, you could center the whole proposal better into the lot, which would mitigate the pyramid relief some. And I just wondered if that was something that could be considered, or you could reconfigure the pressure that forces the whole thing to be offset further.
I think, you mean turning the pool?
Turning it
Turn the
like
pool
90
that way,
degrees.
shorten the deck equivalently, if possible, some, and then recenter the whole thing, and then I think your pyramid relief would likely be a lot less, notwithstanding any of the other conversation that we had.
You're saying to shrink the deck
No,
and
we're
move the
saying,
pool? I'm
now
sorry.
it goes like this. He's saying, turn it 90 degrees, have it go like this with a smaller deck.
And
At
have a
one end.
smaller deck and come back from the
Yeah.
And then move-
side.
and then move the
And then
house too.
recenter everything.
One of the things we were trying to do was be sensitive to the house on the right side, which is it's a very large house next to us, very, very large, compared to the house we're building. So I think we were also trying to not, like, set the pool so that it's like less facing that house for them and for us too.
House next door.
So it kind of is sensitive to their view also, I think, also.
Well, let's see if they're here to complain.
I mean, there's
But I don't think you would necessarily have a difference. You could still have the same setback of 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, so it wouldn't necessarily change what your concern is. It might allow you to shift the house a bit, just to see if you can get some more pyramid relief reduction.
It's not-
You don't have to decide this now.
No, no,
It's
this is just an
right,
idea.
we're having a discussion.
You can reduce.
The, have to look at the setback for an accessory structure, but we do have some space where the deck ends to the 25 feet. So we can take a look at that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what is, let me just for my edification, what is what are we trying to do here? I'm confused.
So the house is justified to one side of the lot, that's the
Right.
side that is.
Setback relief on that side.
Well, that's the side that's asking for all the pyramid relief.
Correct.
So if you centered the house and reduced the side of the deck and the pool was turned, the deck and the pool area would be smaller, admittedly, but the pyramid relief would also be
less.
Presumably, you know, my speculative guess is about half.
Susan, can they come back with all these changes? Susan?
We're not there yet, but yes, we'll definitely think about that. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I get that,
So I guess what we're trying to say is, again, try to be creative in terms of trying to, reduce the pyramid relief. I think John's question about what would be the pyramid relief if it was at natural grade, average natural grade, versus raising it up because of the AE6, restrictions. And perhaps maybe centering the house a little bit.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
When you say, I'm sorry, Stace, so centering the property,
Bless you.
you're basically saying move it over a little bit to the other side?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
pyramid relief is all on the one side.
It's all on one side.
So if it moved over, that would be another reduction, it's a possibility. Go ahead,
Is there-
Stacy.
I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Is there, again, the house okay. So when you're looking at the house from the street and you look to the left, that house is a much smaller house. Right? The house to the right, where we're asking for the more of the pyramid relief, is a much bigger house.
That's that one?
Yeah, so as you're like visually driving your car along this street, does
saw
it
it.
make more sense to make the house like go a little bit bigger towards the other bigger house as opposed to, I feel like we're doing the right thing by the neighbor to the
Oh,
left.
wait a second, I don't know, I mean, am
One
I
to the
reading
right
this
seems to
wrong?
be closer to the property line.
The one to the right is the smaller house, the one to the left is the larger house.
Look from
From
the
what
water.
I'm
Look from
looking
From the water, from the water.
East
From
and
the water.
west.
From the water.
The one on the left is the bigger house.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
For the relief.
okay, so that's what we're talking.
No.
And what was?
He's got more
The one
setbacks,
to the
this needs to be
left,
closer to the property
David,
line.
Do you recall what the pyramid relief on that was?
I think it was a double lot. I think they combined two lots.
Okay.
But that's a good, that's a good point, that the setback between our proposed home and the larger house is bigger than the setback on the other side. So if we move it over,
Right,
we're moving into a smaller setback area.
okay.
Or really, well, no, I think that the way I'm looking at what Mr. McDonald and Ms. Kuhn is saying is that if you were to turn the pool, like reconfigure the pool and deck scenario, you could possibly shorten it, pull the house to the southwest, which is to the left when we're looking at the GIS from the water. And that would expand, not only would it reduce the pyramid potentially, but it would also increase the space between you and the house to the east or the right, which is the smaller house, but also much closer to the property line. So you would be, possibly reducing the
don't-
relief you
yeah.
need there
So-
and
We don't
creating
need.
space
I
between.
guess the point is, see if there's some way for you to come up with a smaller figure in terms of pyramid relief.
can.
So what is
If you can.
This is, sorry.
I'm just saying, Dave, I'm fine with the way this, whatever you can work it out, but I'm fine.
I don't have strong objections, but I'd be very interested in hearing if there is some possibility for flexibility.
I
on
have
the
that question,
perimeter.
because we're so new to this, is, the 2,700, or what would you guys consider?
We don't give a
Can't give
number.
you a number.
Yeah, David will.
You can speak to David, that's what he's for.
We're-
He's very good at that.
Our
Honestly,
obligation
I'm
is.
not appalled by the number. I
I'm not
usually am
appalled, but-
appalled by the number, but I'm not appalled by the number in
in flood
this
zone, it's fine.
instance.
I'm okay.
Simply because you're raising the house.
Yeah.
And so that's why I want to see what the numbers are without raising the house. But also, now looking at the GIS and realizing that you're going to be so much closer to the property line to another house that's right on the property line. You want to be good neighbors, so if there's something you could do to alleviate that a little bit, look at it and come back to us.
Yeah,
I would love to
I
see
just want to
that.
say, I'm not appalled either, but I would like to see if you can do that. I think there's room.
Yeah.
I think you have gotten a message here, so, and I know David's very good at addressing that. Any other questions? All right, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on 132 Cold Spring Point? Is there anybody on Zoom?
No one.
Okay, this probably calls for coming back. So, we have, let me see what our structure.
5-7.
Okay, we squeeze them 5-7 or 5-21, Candace?
5-7.
5-7? Okay, then I'm gonna make a motion to hold this over to, May 7th.
Second.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane? Mr. Macedonia? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Home safe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Number 4 on the agenda, the application of Jennifer A. Giannotti Genis, 62 Kyle Road, Hampton Bays, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-296-1-30. Applicant requests relief from the following provisions of the Town Code. 1, for a covered patio, Section 330-115C, continuance for a principal rear yard setback from 46.35 feet to 31.35 feet, and a principal minimum side yard setback from 14.8 feet to 14.76 feet. And 2, for proposed in-ground pool, Section 330-11, for an accessory distance from front lot line from 50 feet to 10 feet, and Section 330-76D, placement of accessory building structures and uses, and Section 330-83C, yards, to allow the pool to be located within the required front yard for the principal building of a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
Are you an attorney?
I am not. Good afternoon.
Good evening. Please swear to- please swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please state your name and address.
My name is Greg from GP Landscape Design. Business address is 110 Frowen Road, Center Merchants, New York.
Okay, Greg. Start your presentation. I have to find my file.
Yes, so I'm actually here on behalf of Jennifer, and we're working on, building a covered outdoor pavilion as well as an in-ground pool. So she is very limited on space. It is a corner lot. I believe she also has an open application for a garage, which we currently have. So we're very limited on space, because we required setbacks and, limitation on space here. So with that in mind, we really are only limited to one side of the property. And with that, obviously, we're kind of tight to start with. So we are just looking for a covered pavilion, a little bit of outdoor living space, and a small waiting pool. I believe 12 by 14 was the dimension.
Kevin, do you want to start us on this?
Sure, so, a couple of quick reactions. Pool 10 feet from the front road is, I don't think I've ever seen that.
So the property directly across the street has the same situation.
Has a pool
10 feet of the front yard.
of the same front yard?
Yes. If you have an aerial view, you can see the pool directly across the street.
Okay,
And it's actually a quite bigger pool. I believe that's an 18 by 36 pool that's there.
amazing. Well, I'd still ask you to consider Where's the septic system on,
So the septic system comes into play also as it is in the back right corner of the property, so we don't have much wiggle room at all.
okay, chances are it's an older, original with the house, most likely, like, I live around the corner.
Oh, you do?
Not close enough to be influenced, but, you know, enough I go by it all the time. So, I mean, to me, if, you know, if you upgraded the septic system and moved the pool back parallel with the covered porch area, you know, I think you get what you're looking for with less intrusion, and, you know, not having a pool 10 feet from the front street. Strange as it is that there's one across the street, but, you know, I'd like to do better planning than, and conforming with the building code better than those folks that made that decision.
I wish the septic wasn't there, you know, we're just trying not to incur an additional large expense on moving that.
And you know, there's a grant program that changes them out, and if you're gonna have a whole dug and the work done, maybe you get it all done at one time.
So what are you proposing, that they take a look at?
At moving the pool parallel to the porch, keep the front yard generally as it is, and if it requires upgrading the septic system, coordinate an upgrade program, which the grants are already in place for, and then dig that out. If you have to move it even, that's, again, covered under the grant program, and make the pool more conforming. I have less of a concern about the covered porch area, and I'm just trying to do better with the pool.
Yeah, I don't think the setbacks are the issue. It's more the location of the pool and whether there's anything that can be done to, you know, shift it a little bit so it's not directly on the front yard. And
What if-
also, you know, we'd also like to know kind of vegetation and, you know, barriers and stuff like that as well.
What do you mean as far as vegetation?
Well, I mean, is it just gonna be open to the,
So currently, there is a hedgerow of green giants, you know,
Okay.
that are approximately 10 foot tall already.
and they're on the, oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see
they're
them
on
in the-
it.
I didn't get to the property,
Yep.
yes. Okay, I
they're-
see that. So that's not an issue.
Yeah, so it's already.
Actually, that's not true, because I pass this every day, twice a day, when I go to my office, and it is sparse, and you can see right through it,
Yeah.
and they're not 10 feet tall, and maybe they're 10 feet tall at the little piece that comes out, but
They are newer trees, we did plant those 2 years ago.
they're sparse.
We're not faulting the tree or the people that planted them, we're just saying they're not as thick as,
Yeah, and the
As-
pool
as
across
one
the
might-
street is,
That's 2 years.
there's almost, it's like a wall. Like, you can't see what's in that property.
yeah. That's a little dated, Bob, that's,
Yeah, it's 2
they're
years.
bigger
2
than
years,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fairness.
So your point being that
They'll grow in.
there was one across the street in the front yard, but it's very
It's,
protected.
Very
that
dense.
property has
Very dense.
basically.
In fact, it was so dense I didn't see the pool.
But it's also covered with vegetation, so you can't see anything in that
I
property.
just think it's a really bad idea to put a pool 10 feet from the front yard anywhere.
Well, I
We can put it,
like
there's no
what you've
backyard.
been saying about looking into grant programs, because honestly, the septic being in that back corner and then adding a pool to it makes it even more difficult for a septic company to go in
They'll never get in.
and be able to service it or be able to fix it if you have a problem.
Yeah, they would have to go either through the porch that you want to build or the pool that someone will dig to service the septic system.
Exactly.
That's bad thinking, with all due respect, and I'm not saying it's
I
you.
mean, look, the septic system was put on this property probably
40 years ago.
40 years ago. Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's
You know,
time to,
I'd get a grant, I'd get that taken care of and do the whole thing, some, you know, at the same time, and you'd have one mess. And
So what would that mean in terms of setback from the front yard if you were to do that? It would
well, I mean,
be-
this would be no worse than this, if you could
Okay.
put it here, and then the septic system could go this way, or,
So you're saying to run the pool parallel with the rear fence? Or
Yes,
parallel?
yes,
yeah, I
yes.
mean, if
You
you
see
turned it and you
proposed
did it
covered
this way.
patio?
Running it straight back.
where you have this language,
Yeah.
like, put it
Yep.
right there.
Gotcha, okay.
That would be great.
Right where it says proposed covered patio with
Yeah.
outdoor kitchen.
Exactly, right there.
Right.
Boom. There's your pool. And
Still maintaining that side yard setback.
could it be bigger?
We could work with that, yeah.
And maybe even she could have a bigger pool.
Really not interested, she just wants like a little waiting area.
Understood, but
So if we were to put it into that area that we're speaking, and we needed a little bit more relief, a side yard setback, would that be a possibility?
I would feel better about that than what you have. Is that
Yeah, no, I
somewhat of a
agree, I
consensus?
agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Well,
The grant
hold on
program
one second.
is well-funded.
Is there anybody else on the board who wishes to be heard on this application?
There's also a building department
There's a note,
comment.
yeah.
Just to have the architect recalculate some of the numbers. I'm assuming maybe it's lot coverage or rear yard lot coverage or something.
The pool was included in the lot coverage, they're telling you to take it off.
because
And
it's
that
not
should
covered.
reduce the,
Yeah, because I think we only went over by a couple of points.
right, and you were, I believe you're asking for lot coverage relief, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, so that may alleviate your need
I
for
believe we
relief.
went 2% over, I guess that was with the pool, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So how much time do you need to come back with? How much time would you
Well,
need?
before you do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there
Yes.
anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on 62 Kyle Road? Is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 62 Kyle Road?
No one.
Okay, now you can talk.
Now I can go, okay.
We don't have a lot of openings for,
No.
and our secretary is
Candace is
gone.
not
6-4.
Lost my sheet that tells, what are the dates again?
7/2, 7/16.
6-4, 7-2, or 7-16?
And, I'm sorry, and May what?
6-4.
6-4, yeah.
4/17 and
All right,
5/7.
let's go 6-4. What date is it? Oh, what day is it? I'm sorry.
It's on a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Always a Thursday, okay.
Always a Thursday.
I'm sorry, what was the date that we?
6-4.
6/4, okay, thank you. So I'm gonna,
Just representing the layout and representing the lot
You're
calculation.
gonna come back, we're gonna hold you over. You're gonna come back, go ahead, on
gonna-
6-4.
6/4, all right. So I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting for additional consideration on 6/4.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Ms. Macedonia?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good Easter.
Okay, number 5 on the agenda, the application of Marco Arsic. Oh, okay. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do, Candace? 13 Sims Street, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-99-1-29. Applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-6 General Regulations that references Section 330-11 Residence District's Table of Dimensional Regulations for an accessory distance from front lot line setback from 90 feet to 58 feet for a proposed pool on a non-conforming lot and any other relief necessary.
The board has jurisdiction.
Thank you.
Okay, are you the attorney?
Yeah. that's what I'm
Okay,
trying
we
to do.
swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name and address.
Marco Arsic, 125 East 64th Street, apartment 2, New York, New York, 10065.
Okay, and Heather, just state your name, please.
Heather Wright for the applicant, 48H Main Street, West Hampton Beach.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, members of the board. I'm here with my client, Marco Arsic, the owner of 13 Sims. As you can see from the survey, this lot is an extremely undersized lot in the CR 80 zoning district. When the lot was created in 1962, the zoning was C resident zoning at the time, and then it was upzoned in 1983. So what we're proposing is a pool, a 15 by 30 pool. We are single and separate, so we are meeting the 10-foot setbacks, but any variance on this property in the rear yard would require relief, given that the lot itself is only 101.3 in length. So no matter what, we would need a variance from this board. So there really is no feasible alternative. The pool is a normal-sized pool. It's not 20 by 40, but it's a normal-sized pool. Obviously pools are a customary, accessory structure in Hamptons. And you can see from the aerial photograph that I gave you, it's really not going to, impact the neighbors. The lot to the north is extremely large. The house is set up on Major's Path. And then 7 Sims, which is to the west, and 17 Sims to the east are both, they're not going to see the pool from their yards. And the second photograph is sort of a photograph of the backyard where the pool would be located. And you can see that there's a fence and there's some heavy screening in that area. So it'll be it'll be heavily shielded.
It's Bob's. Bob, do you want to take this?
I don't have any questions.
I actually went to the property. Slopes down.
It does slope down.
And it's like a gully behind your property. So, I mean, there's like nothing that's going to come up close to that property line, that's for sure. I mean, it really does slope down.
You mean from behind the property or
Yeah,
the property
behind.
itself? Right,
No,
okay.
behind the property. You know, it's a big backyard. You've got a lot of, it's very private. There's a lot of heavy, you know, vegetation. Seems to be a 6-foot fence back there. Is that fence yours, or is on your property, or is it the neighbor's fence?
I believe that's our fence.
I think it's our, yeah.
We're in the process of permitting that
Okay,
fence.
because I was going to say, that needs a permit.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's been submitted. We just received a letter from the town.
Okay.
You know, a review
Okay.
of the permit.
Okay, and as long as it's not in the front yard, you know, that we don't approve of. Okay, so that was my comments, and it's a small pool. It's, you know, I think, you know, you've done a good job of trying to locate it in a good spot and everything else, so I don't have any problems with this. Does anybody else want to?
Yeah, I see no reason to deny it.
Yeah,
Yes.
fine.
The only thing that struck me, you heard the last conversation, you know, your access into your yard to dig both a pool and then run over your septic system and crush it. Consider the possibility that you would try to do the county,
Yes.
you know, upgrade program, do that after they destroy your yard and to get the pool, then do the septic system, and nobody has to go back with heavy equipment for a long time. So, you know.
It's a consideration.
You're eligible, it's not a requirement of the permit, but if you,
And you don't need a wetlands permit, right?
Right.
You have one. Yeah, and you're applying for the fence.
otherwise, it's very tucked, you know, it's very secluded, so
Yeah, very.
I have no issues either.
Me too.
Okay, this is yours, Bob? You want to?
Good job.
Anybody here? No.
Anybody here?
Oh, please, I'm losing it. Okay, I'm so sorry. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on 13 Sim Street? Is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 13 Sim Street?
No one.
Okay, Bob, now it's
I'm going to move
yours.
to close the public hearing and hold it open for written submissions till April 17th with the decision on May 7th.
Second.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you, Heather.
Thanks,
Thank
Heather.
you.
Thank you. Number 6 on the agenda, the application of Nora and Barry Brown, 129 Henry Road, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-130-2-20. Applicant requests a determination as to whether or not the proposed one-story detached building for an accessory apartment on a non-conforming lot is a subordinate or incidental building pursuant to Town Code Section 330-5 definitions, because of its size in proportion to the main dwelling and its use. In addition, applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-11.2G1 special standards, minimum and maximum sizes to allow the total floor area habitable living space of an accessory apartment to be 64.8% of the total floor area habitable living space of the principal dwelling, where a maximum of 35% is permitted, and any other relief necessary.
The board has jurisdiction.
Okay, Lisa, let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, please state your name and address.
Lisa Zaloga, 1375 North Sea Road, Southampton, New York, 11968.
Okay, so tell us about this application.
So this is an application for Nora Brown. She has owned this house, she and her husband own this house and have been here for 50-some-odd years. They built the house. Her husband passed away a couple of years ago, and she is looking to build an accessory apartment for her grandson to live in. So she will be living in the existing house, and the grandson will be living in the accessory apartment. The existing house is a one-story ranch house that is typical of kind of all the houses on that street. This property is relatively deep, and there's a row of tall evergreens that run along the eastern property line where our driveway would be running along. The accessory apartment is proposed to the rear of the property, where I don't think it will be visible from the street in any form or fashion. The property meets all of the requirements under the accessory apartment law in terms of width and all the requirements. It's also in the, what is it called, the
Census.
Yeah, the Census Designated Place Program, where they're looking for accessory apartments. The only problem that we have, and we have run into it before, is that the existing house was built in 1970 and it's a one-story ranch house. So to create an accessory apartment that is not bigger than 35% is relatively difficult to do. So obviously, she could enlarge her house, and then she would not need the variance, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the creating an accessory apartment.
Due to the expense.
This is
Yeah.
Julie's, this is Julie's.
So, first of all, I want to thank you for your presentation, because it was very helpful to read your letter and have it framed the way you did. And I think from a policy standpoint, your argument's compelling, which is it would be an absurdity to ask someone to expand a home to accommodate a ratio that it just doesn't make sense. It's an absurdity. So although I have like a kernel of a concern, I think it seems reasonable, and I think it also accommodates other things we're interested in, which is, affordable housing. The issue for affordable housing is though that this is for a family member, and at some point, if the property turns over, are there issues there? I just don't know, and is that a place we're allowed to go in terms of our questioning?
Nope,
Katie?
there is no issue, because any accessory apartment that's created now has to be affordable. They have a development right that's set
Got it.
aside for it. It goes into this bank. We will always have those covenants and restrictions on it.
So with that, that sort of eliminates my other concerns, so I'm feeling pretty good.
So then you're going through the process with Dave Wilcox to extinguish whatever development.
We already have.
They have it.
And it's a requirement when they make the applications. You'll see it in your packet.
Oh, okay.
Lisa, what is the percentage? Because I'm trying to, it's confusing, Katie, on what we're doing it on, habitable space, floor area. I mean, what do we do this on?
It's both. She has it right in her letter.
Okay, so, but if we were to approve it, what do we say? We say both in the?
Yes,
applicable?
yes, because you're basically saying we're giving you relief from the size of the habitable space of the accessory apartment, and we're also saying that it remains accessory even though it may appear larger because of the wall-to-wall dimensional perception of it.
Okay.
It's both.
Because it was a little confusing. I
It
know
is
you
confusing.
you
We don't
provided
usually
it,
see
but
both.
I was just like.
We don't usually see both.
Yeah, okay. All right, go
provided
ahead,
us
'cause
too much
I also have some comments.
I won't do it again.
Don't confuse us.
Okay. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, just a couple of fast questions. So I see you're abandoning the old septic system, and I'm assuming you're gonna put a single, clean water system in the both structures, right?
Yes, there'll be an IA system involved.
And I'm okay with, it'd be absurd to say I have to make the primary house large so that I can put this in, so, no problem there, so, thank you for
I
that.
went to the property. It's really quite a large backyard. I mean, it really is quite large. It's flat, it certainly would accommodate an accessory apartment easily. It's got hedges on the side, there's some vegetation in the back, so I also don't feel like there's any issue here. I think Julie really framed it right in terms of public policy and everything.
Well, thank you, Susan.
Absolutely. Did you see the notes on the back of
Yeah, with sheds
the
or
building
something?
department's notes with
Yes.
regard to the sheds and regard to the outdoor shower and deck?
Yep.
And they're-
You're
Yes.
working on those? Perfect. Awesome.
And- And it's noted on the survey that you're going to.
Correct.
Remove or
Yes.
relocate the sheds, so. Okay, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on 129 Henry Road? Is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 129 Henry Road?
No one.
Okay, Julie, this is yours.
We're going to close the public hearing, keep it open for comments until April 17 with a decision on May 7.
Second.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Okay, number 7 on the agenda, the application of C. Belgrangine and Robert Spica, 130 Shore Road, North Sea, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-76-3-26. Applicant requests relief from the following provisions of the Town Code. 1, for a proposed green room addition to an existing dwelling. Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for a sky plane encroachment on the west of 40 cubic feet and for a proposed detached one-car garage with a second-story home office, Section 330-6 General Regulations that references Section 330-11 Residence District's Table of Dimensional Regulations for an accessory distance from front lot line setback from 40 feet to 17.7 feet, and Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for a total sky plane encroachment in the amount of 1,363 cubic feet, 479 cubic feet on the west, and 884 cubic feet on the south. In addition, applicant requests relief from Town Code Section 330-11 for a total lot coverage from 20% to 28.7% on a non-conforming lot, and any other relief necessary.
Board has jurisdiction.
Let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and address.
Mark Matthews, 220 Shore Road, Southampton, New York.
Mark and David, you just want to,
For the applicant, David Gilmartin Jr., Greenberg Troy, 2317 Bridgehampton.
okay.
Montauk Avenue, Bridgehampton. So Mark and I took a closer look as we were preparing for the hearing, and we have reduced the size of relief that we need for the garage, and I'll have Mark take you through that.
Okay. Did you give to Candace already?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I talked with my clients and neighbors about the size of the ask, and what their needs really were, and we decided we would reduce our ask by 20%. Instead of 25 feet long, we made it 20 feet long.
You're talking about the garage.
The length of the garage.
That's right.
Right.
Just, it'll get a car in. So, and it's a little lot, we didn't need to do any more than that, so, and that obviously reduced the ask of the pyramid too.
And what is that?
The new number for the pyramid is a total of 1157, but there's already 168 existing pyramid violation. So it's right
168?
It's right there on the sheet toward the bottom.
Okay.
First page. So it's an ask of 991.
So you just said 1157, but it says on here 1159.
I'm sorry.
Is that?
Yes, correct.
I just want to double
1159.
check. Okay. So, yeah, so you're asking for an additional 991.
That's correct.
So this lot was created in 1927. The Little Park Amendment A. And obviously is undersized when zoning came in 1957. It, and through today, it's more 10 zoning. Everything that's been built on the property has been CO'd. So the benefit, obviously, is Mr. Spica works from home 5 days a week, full-time, and is looking for an office space. It's a 2-bedroom house. He's got 2 sons, one's in college, one's in high school, and he can't find any quiet area to work. So that is the underpinning to the request for the second story. And the garage, there's also a scarcity of storage on the areas that we get the bikes and the paddle boards and kayaks inside.
Where's the existing pyramid encroachment?
It's,
I mean, it's not on here, but just for our,
it's it pointed out best. It's right, this corner of the house that's measured 4.1 feet from the property line.
Okay.
There's just, and there is, we did a drawing of that. Yeah,
Where's that?
this drawing here.
But that's the enclosed porch.
No, that's the porch.
But that is the area where the.
Where the
pyramid-
168 is.
Where the 168 cubic feet is. It's that area.
For the house?
That area, but not this part of it.
It's that area, that part of the house is the area that already is,
Well, I added up these numbers and they come out to the 991, so it's gotta be someplace else.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is you're talking about there's an existing pyramid encroachment for the house, right?
168.
Okay, so that doesn't factor in for the garage,
no, it does, no, it's listed separately.
Yeah,
but
but
it doesn't reduce the total for the garage.
No, it doesn't reduce
I
the.
tried to make a list of what the total pyramid
On the whole lot.
on the whole thing, just so we have the whole thing
yeah,
proposed.
no, I appreciate that.
I was just asking, it says northwest existing. So it would be here somewhere, but I was just wondering where it is. What are we looking at? I
It's in
don't know.
that corner that I just pointed out by the 4.1.
Can I just ask you about the two variances that I found in your packet? One calls for 311 cubic feet and one calls for 245.8. I mean, what's that, David?
Those were prior expansions to the house.
So,
They were fairly minor ones.
yeah, no, I understand, but when you're coming up with a figure of what exists, I mean, where do these come into?
I think they're part of the entirety of the.
But you said that there was 100 and some cubic feet already, right?
That's right.
168. I'm looking at these two variances that call for different figures. I just want there to be clarification.
Fair enough, we could certainly
Yeah, because
drill down on that. So
there were like two variances included in here, and I just need some clarification as to what currently exists as a pyramid,
Oh, right here.
calculation. Okay, so we need clarification on that.
Oh, yeah, here's 311 cubic feet.
Yeah, and there's another one that says,
Let
it had to do with the roof, apparently, the roof design or something, but anyhow, just, we need clarification as
you can
to,
do that. That predates my involvement, but I can certainly
Right.
do it.
Okay. Well, it looks like the one was, the 2011 one granted 245.8 cubic feet for the roof renovation.
Right.
For a proposed roof renovation. And then the 2012 one was a proposed redesign of the proposed roof renovation and pyramid relief in the amount of 311.
311, so it went up, yeah,
So what was actually ever built?
yeah.
And it has to do with the roof
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah, so if you could just clarify that, because it was a little confusing in terms of the record.
Because we're gonna need to know what the actual total
Total pyramid.
Pyramid relief.
Plus,
Oh.
what you're saying, though, is for the garage now, the pyramid relief requested is 991
That's right.
cubic feet. That's the additional
That's
relief
right.
you
And
need.
that's detailed.
No, the 991 includes 40 on the screen porch.
Plus 40 on the screen porch, yeah. All right, includes the
So
screen
it's
porch.
951.
Okay, I went to the property. It's very small. There's a lot going on there. I assume that the actual lot coverage was slightly reduced also with your reduction of 5 feet.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just have to back up for one more second. The number, John, that you were just talking about, how, if the proposed garage has been reduced to
Right.
1159, why are we taking out
Well, no, it's
something that's existing to the screened porch that's not
No,
attached to the
that's,
garage?
no, the proposed now is 991.
Okay.
The existing is 168. Those two
Existing where?
numbers together
How
come
can
to
there be
11.
existing if the, is there,
Let me explain, clarify something. On the garage, the two numbers for the garage, the 858 and the 93 are for the two different property lines. The screened-in porch, where it says 6.3, that portion of the screened-in porch does need a slight amount of variance. The old variances are not entered into this sheet, and that's what I should add on, so
Correct.
we can look at the big picture of everything.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
So Katie, the garage is only 858 plus 93.
No, yes, so it's the
And then the
two, one is on
screened-in
the
porch.
south and one is on the north.
That's right.
And that's the garage and
Two
then the
numbers of the
porch.
garage.
Right.
Then the screen porch
Is
is an
40.
additional 40. And you add those all up and you get 991.
Katie, that's why you get confused. They're doing, instead of doing what
How we-
would do would be the two separate numbers.
Correct.
They're adding them for the total pyramid on the entire property.
Right, which is, not we haven't even written it up that way.
Right, they're two
Okay.
separate, they'll be two
Right,
separate
we
numbers.
can break it out.
No, but we wrote it, I mean, that's what I'm saying, we wrote it up as 1363 for the garage, so now I'm crossing that off and adding whatever number you said, 9 something
40
or
for
other.
the screen porch.
Screen porch is something different.
You gotta-
Right, so it's gonna be 951
858 plus 93,
Right.
whatever that is,
So that's the,
is 951.
951. Right.
Can I take the conversation in a slightly different spot? All I want to just suggest or ask is, I understand the constraints here, and if there was a way to, it seems like there's a lot of attic space over the office
An office.
that could be mitigated further, and making the pyramid relief request, and this, I mean, I was at the site too, and, you have a lot of very tiny houses with really close to the property line, in some cases, looks like 2-foot and 3-foot setbacks, and, a garage with a kind of a tall apartment or office above it, is of concern in terms of mass and looking a little bit out of the character of the neighborhood. If you could do something to mitigate that, that'd be great.
we did keep the plate height of the second floor, not even 8 feet, it's about 7 feet. Because we kept exposed the roof so you don't feel like it's falling on you, but we did lower the roof lower than you would normally do to begin with.
Okay, what about the pitch?
It's just, we can
You don't have to answer it now,
give you an inch or two of the pitch.
an inch, that's awesome.
It's,
We don't want a flat roof. We don't want a flat.
No, I didn't say flat, I'm just wondering what you can do.
no, it's very cramped. It's a very small piece of property, and it's really very close to the property line. And it's a pretty tall building for a very.
Well, that's my
Very,
concern.
very small lot of 6,489 square
And
feet.
most other houses in the neighborhood, even though they have almost zero lot lines in some cases, they're all generally one story.
I mean, the house across the street is quite high.
Right.
It's pretty massive, but that probably has a flood, elevation as well, which you do not. Yes, right. So, and then just in terms of, you putting in vegetation, you doing anything in terms of trying to? Okay, okay. Okay, and then, again, I'm sorry about this, but I went through all of these variances, and there was a variance in 1994 which did the side yard variance at 6.6 feet, and on the survey at 6.3. So just to check that as well, I mean, can you just go
back to the
through?
surveyor.
Go back to the survey, go back to the variances, see what's there, and let's get it all
We'll
clarified.
try to knit that together.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
really got very
a chart for
confusing.
everything, yeah.
That would be very helpful.
Last
Because-
item from me, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just, you guys heard the last two conversations. You're putting an apartment or an office.
There's no apartment.
I'm sorry. Freudian slip. An office over the garage would, you have to connect to the septic system and.
Yes.
If you're gonna dig a hole and have a mess, upgrade your septic system and then you get everything tied in together.
It's a suggestion. Okay?
I've had the conversation with the client, and they've already started the paperwork on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just makes sense to do it now.
I agree. Some people don't sometimes employ that.
And it's crazy not to, given.
I agree.
grants, yeah.
Okay, any other questions from the board?
Before you go.
Yeah, go ahead. No, we're not
The,
going yet.
Lot coverage is 27.7%. That question was hanging out there. So it was reduced from the 28.
What is it now?
27.7? Yeah, I'm very appreciative that you brought this down, and I'm gonna be honest with you, absent exceptional circumstances, coming in with something under 1,000 square feet is not gonna be a problem for me generally.
That was our goal.
And considering what the use is going to be,
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
I'm fine too.
And we're done.
But let's
So
get
we'll
some,
get that, yeah.
let's get some clarification
Oh,
of what
sure.
everything is, because it's for the record, so
Well, we're
that you
gonna
don't have to
need-
come back at some point.
We're
and
gonna need to
clarify.
know what the actual numbers are in terms of what pyramid relief exists, so that we can put that in our decision.
Yeah,
But other
because you
than
don't
that,
wanna come
I
back
have
on
no
this.
issues, and I would
Is
like
it
to see you
adjourned?
go to decision.
Also, Mark,
Okay,
when you
I'm
revise,
going to-
wait, Mark, when you revise this, can you just flip like it's upside down? Like the site plan, if you read it, it's parts of it are just upside down. See, like where it says one-story frame dwelling, like,
Just spin it.
Yeah, all right, so yeah, it's upside down. It would be helpful.
turntable.
Is there anybody
Pardon my
in the
confusion.
audience who wishes to be heard on 130 Shore Road? Is there anybody on Zoom who wishes to be heard on 130 Shore Road?
They're coming on now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hi, we can't see you, we can hear you.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Oh, now we get some picture, yeah, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, are you an attorney?
I am not an attorney.
Okay, are you both going to speak?
No, just me, Thomas
Okay, let me
DeVito.
swear you in. You
Okay.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state your name and address.
Name is Thomas DeVito. My address is 129 Shore Road, and my property is in location to the project. I am just due west of the property. I'm the one with the three-story house.
Yes, okay?
Elevated, just to let you know,
Yes.
and I did that raised foundation for a reason. But I'm in favor of the project, even though I'm not on the east side or touching anything to the east or south of this project. So it's not really gonna have an effect on me. The only thing, my main concern is that that this garage is not gonna turn into, down the road, an apartment or some type of apartment. It seemed like the garage, I'm fine with it, but what raised the flag to me is when you add a bathroom, a shower, a sink. Once you add a septic system in, you add water to it, it easily can be converted to an apartment. So what I'm looking for in town is to have some type of protection, that this will be a non-habitable space, and that, even if there was no bathroom, would be fine. That would be, something, I don't see any reason why you can't walk, 40 feet to the house and use the bathroom, but that's not up to me. Again, I'm for the project, I don't have any problem with it. I understand, getting your stuff into the, garage, but having that down the road, possibly turn it to an accessory apartment, would create a problem here. There's no parking on that side road or Rose Avenue. You can only get one car passing down that side, and on the Shore Road side, if somebody parks in front on 130, I basically can't get out of my driveway safely.
It's narrow.
So, there are some of the things, that I was concerned about.
Okay. Is there a reason for a shower?
Well, there's only one full bathroom in the house.
In the house?
So they want the second one, and Mr. DeVito sent in a letter. I don't know if you saw it, but we're happy to sign whatever
Yeah.
covenant you want to prevent us from
Yeah.
converting.
Well,
it.
yes,
And
right.
it's,
Oh, you'd have to come back anyhow.
Well-
Make it an accessory apartment.
yeah, and it would be
The
illegal.
lot's too small, there's too many hurdles for it to do that.
I think a covenant's a good idea.
Yeah, happy to do it. And-
Good.
And
Problem solved.
my client's intent is to retire here, so I'm
Okay.
not gonna sell it, and then somebody else does
He's
a
not
legal
using it as a-
conversion.
But the board wants a filed covenant that it will not be converted to an accessory apartment?
Yes.
And you agree to that?
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
Was a
That's all.
good point. So, we have to get some information from you. Is this something that we need you to come back for, or is this something that we can?
Submission, or we don't do it?
We can do a
Come back.
submission.
I could make it all logical on a piece of paper with everything keyed in, what zone,
Okay, so-
what variance was issued when in what part of the building.
Okay, and then, check the side,
Yeah.
the side yard and everything else. Okay. We did get the information today that you've redone the garage and everything else, so, how does the board feel?
I'm comfortable with written submission.
Yeah, written submission and decision.
Written. You can get it all laid out nice, right?
Okay, with the covenant, with the proposed covenant. So, all right, this is mine. Let me see. So we're going to close the public hearing. We're going to hold it open for written comments until the 17th of April with a decision on the 7th of May.
Second.
Assuming that we get all of the information that we requested. Okay, second. Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Easter
Thank you.
Day. All the family.
Much anticipated next application, 8 on the agenda, Lorenzo Cavallaro, 2 Mill Pond Road, Hampton Bays, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-321-1-17.
Mr. Roby's letters in opposition.
Yeah. What is that?
Letters in
Oh, yeah, I got them already. Hi, how are you?
Hi, everybody.
Good evening. All right, nice to see you again.
All right, did I spur everybody in the last time?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I thought so.
We're gonna skip that?
Just say your names again for
Oh,
the record.
okay.
Sure.
Just introduce yourselves again.
Hi, my name is Diana Lenina with SDS Design. I'm a design professional.
Diana, just spell your last name again for me?
Linina.
I'm sorry, Lina.
That's correct.
Okay,
Frank Lauria, Lauria, SDS.
okay.
Lorenzo Cavallaro, 2 Mill Pond Road.
Okay. So, what's going on with this application?
All right, if you remember correctly, we were here for leniency on a pickleball court in the side yard.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only reason for the variance. There was also some questions, and I believe you had them in your packets, but I just made 8.5 by 11s to make them easier if you want them.
Okay, why don't you do that?
Yeah,
Did you give to
I'll,
Candace?
Oh, so,
Give her one, just one,
Just
or
one?
two? Two.
do you guys
Yeah.
want them?
Yes, of course.
There you go.
Okay.
So the first thing we want to address is the wetlands. And in that packet, it was actually the first sheet, is the survey with the wetland boundary shown on it.
Okay.
This first page, yeah?
Yes. If you look towards the canal, or to the south of the residence, it is on canal, and.
It says
there's a-
line of
Got it,
wetland
okay.
on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, got
Yep,
it.
yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Okay.
since our last meeting, we also filed with the Conservation Board.
And that was to just address all their comments, right? Because they said the pickleball court was not within their jurisdiction, but there were other issues, things that were built without wetlands permits, things
There's
like that.
a fire pit and a portion of the hot tub is in the wetland.
Okay, so you filed an application with the Conservation Board to address those?
That's correct.
Perfect.
Okay, it's not the pickleball court, but it's other things.
Pickleball court is beyond their jurisdiction.
Right, okay.
Right. And then also in that packet, the board wanted to know what is an official size pickleball court, and that's what the second page shows. It shows that it's 20 by 44. Now, on our drawings, it shows 30 by 50, or 30 by 55, that's so we have a 5-foot perimeter around the court, since it is 4 feet below grade. To help mitigate the sound. Now, the last time we were in front of you, the drawing stated that we were going to meet the general requirements of the town, but after speaking to the client, we actually want to go beyond sound reduction, where we'll use a solid wall as well as the battens. The solid cedar wall, actually, if you go to page 3, we'll also add a curved top to the wall, which will reduce the decibels by 3 to 5. And ultimately, will reduce the decibels. If we design it this way, which we did, we'll reduce the sound by 25 decibels, which is a considerable amount. Now, it's not just the battens, it's a combination of sinking at 4 feet below grade, a solid cedar wall, the battens, the curved top, and also dense Leland cypress planting. And there is an engineered portion that was submitted prior to this, and it was done by a sound engineer, and it has all the calculations. So if, on that exhibit, so by sinking the court below grade, we reduce the sound by 5 decibels. By building an 8-foot cedar solid wall, it's another 5 decibels. The curved top is 3 decibels. The blankets will help with at least 10 decibels, and the planting is 1 to 3 decibels. So at minimum, it would reduce it by 20, but we think we can obtain 25%, or 20 decibels in reduction, which if the closest house, and it's also on the site plan, the closest house is 100 feet to the west. The house, between the pickleball court and the main house at 2 Mill Pond Road, it actually also helps block from the closest home to the west, which is 100 feet. But the majority of the homes are upwards of 150 to 200 feet away. And actually, so the residence to the west is 125, and the next closest is actually the HOA meeting center, which is 150. And then the other 3 homes are 200 plus, 200, 225. And by reducing the sound to 25 decibels, that's really like a conversation. This is about 25 decibels.
And those figures, the reduction figures are based on an engineer's?
Yes, the engineer's report, which is included in the package that was submitted
Submissions, okay.
earlier, 2 weeks ago. It has a breakout. And it's signed and sealed.
So,
I remember getting that. I can't find it right now, but I remember getting that. Yep.
I have an extra if you want.
Can I just ask a question? I've heard that there's also something to do with the paddles, that there's a new kind of paddle.
There is.
That's supposed to I'm just asking for,
Yes,
you know.
and that should reduce the sound by another 3 to 5 decibels. if that was a regulation that.
No, I mean, the paddles are evolving, but I don't think they're getting to a point yet where the game is gonna be quiet. Tennis is not quiet either.
No, I understand. I was just.
It's just additional.
I was just asking
Yeah.
for, because I know that there's been some talk about paddles
Yeah,
as well.
but to your point, is what I want to say is, from the very beginning of this project, obviously my concern for the neighbors is up front of mine. And that's why I'm going really above and beyond what the design of this court should be, because I want it to be as quiet as possible and enjoy our summers. And be able to do so without obviously upsetting my neighbors.
In conjunction with the paddles, they do also have new playing surfaces that help reduce it as well.
So, I mean, I appreciate the effort that you made, and the challenge is, it isn't so much that people are, the distance to the house is nice, but in the summertime, people are out in their yards. So, I know you had a calculator from some distance, so I appreciate the exercise. But sound like.
Without actually, calculating the distances, I mean, just by eye, because this is to a scale, it's, the closest house would be, or the closest property line would be 100 feet away from the pickleball court.
Yeah.
And the others that I was mentioning that are 200 feet away, that would be reduced by about 50 feet. So that would make those houses about 150 feet away from property line to pickleball court.
I think.
Approximate.
Yeah, I think the point, though, Mr. McDonald's making, if I understand correctly, is an experience I have, which is I have a lot of space between me and my neighbor. I never hear what's going on in their home, but when we're all outside in the summer, I'm hearing everything, and they aren't close to me. That's just a reality of.
Also, when you're near water, it also travels a lot.
Across the water.
Well, if you're near water, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it bounces
Across
off
the
it
water.
as well.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, an issue that I have, like, I read the exhibit with the engineer's report. I wouldn't call this an engineer's report. I think it's lacking in a few very specific evidentiary ways. I think that this person has not identified for us what their qualifications are. They haven't told us how they came to these calculations. It's not even signed by them. It's just, there's a stamp. So I don't know how much weight I would give this report. Also, it doesn't appear to me that this report is reliant upon any actual real-world calculations that were made in the neighborhood itself. And so, we really have to, when you're talking about the real-world practical application of noise reduction, you have to take into account the exact specific space that we're talking about. And so, like the chair said, there's water. There may be no trees which would buffer. It
open
really
area.
is so context dependent
Well-
that I don't think we can sit here and say, oh, well, we're going to reduce it to, 25 decibels. I can't say that from what you've given us.
Well, you can, because these calculations are based on the design of the court, so it's reducing the sound at the court. Yes, we don't know what the sound will be 200, 300 feet away, but those are calculations based on the court design, so they will reduce the sound at the court level.
Well, you're telling me that.
No, I know,
This
and
gentleman
I'm
didn't
writing it
tell me
down.
that.
Okay,
This gentleman
so-
told me nothing about how he came to these.
And that
This
can be
gentleman didn't
changed.
even tell us
That-
what
that
his
can be
qualifications are, who he is. I have no idea who
Right, well-
Rudolph Shatara is.
No, I understand, and when we do submit a set of drawings that are signed and sealed, they don't include their background as well.
But that would be way too late, because we have to make a decision, and in order for us to make a decision, we have to have the information before us
No, I
now,
understand that.
or, weeks ago. So,
No,
so this is a little too late, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's certainly not too late. This is the applicant, and this is their application, so they can submit more documentation.
Oh, of course, yeah,
Well,
we could definitely
right, but I
detail
want
it.
to be clear that it's something like that is very important, and it's not something that I would be willing to close the public hearing
And
and
make a decision on it.
and make a decision on it based on a written
Well, it
submission.
would be vastly more informed if the credentials and the competency of the person making the representation was established. better,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Right, and
also
possibly
doing
have
a
them
real
here.
world,
Yeah.
a field survey, basically.
Certainly.
You know,
Which is
I don't know if I get in trouble for saying this, and I guess I'll find out.
Try
but, try it anyway. So
We'll see what Katie says.
You're already in trouble. Look at Katie, you're already in trouble.
So,
John is in trouble.
When a landscaper comes by my house and 6 guys jump out and they run lawnmower for, 2 lawnmowers, not for my property, and the blowers and all that, the only thing that's tolerable is I know it's gonna be over in about 10 minutes.
Right.
Because they're gonna come, they're gonna blow up everything, and then leave.
Right.
And one of the issues that has been raised that I'm having trouble with personally is this question of the persistent use, of the operation. It creates the appearance as if it's a paddleball club masquerading as a house. And so how do you have that discussion in the context of what we're trying to grapple with? Because it'd be one thing if you had a paddleball or pickleball court and, people played for an hour and then somebody went in and made dinner or something like that. And I'm having a real hard time trying to reconcile that because seems
Absolutely.
to be evident and we have to make a decision.
Right, and you said earlier that it would be like the sound of, well, actually, I think it was in here, it would be like the sound of rustling in the trees. Rustling leaves or low ambient background. Well, in my house, I can hear rustling leaves. They're not that quiet. And furthermore, even if the sound is reduced, it is invasive in the sense that it is like a clock. And I don't know that that comports with the character of the community we're talking about here. And as I said at the last hearing on this, the issue that I have is the question that is before us is whether this is the first of these applications for this community. And if we allow this, we have opened the floodgates and we would change the character of that community. And I think that is a significant factor that we have to be thinking about.
I agree.
And you have all these neighbors here.
Well, we're gonna
Says
hear from them,
something.
I'm sure.
The neighbors.
Yes, no, I know.
Took the time to come here.
And I appreciate the time they take to come and express their concerns.
Yeah?
I wish they would have come to me prior, but this is a forum for them to
Have you
speak up.
spoken with them since our last meeting?
No one.
Well, we
But I
did
can
meet
tell
with
you-
them over the summer.
But, in August, I did invite the president and vice president of the community to my house to show the design and express my concern for the neighbors and my intention to go above and beyond the building of this court in a way that will be as quiet as possible. And since then, there's been no other.
Have you thought about building a separate building?
An enclosed court?
Yeah. I mean, if you really want it, and you're willing to put significant resources into what you've laid out here, what about making an enclosed, another building?
And see if that's okay with the neighbors.
Well, that would still require relief from the board, because
Of
then you'd
course
have
it
an
would, but that might be
accessory
better
building.
received.
Are you willing to do that?
No, what I'm willing to do, I think, is what I'm presenting, and if it's acceptable to the board, great, and if not, I'll move on my life.
I think John makes a very good point. I mean, this is, setting a precedent in an area that has pretty strict rules in terms of what can be done. I mean, it's a planned community, correct? And, this is a variance request in a side yard, which we normally do not approve.
And these people have certain
For an accessory
expectations
structure?
with regard to the neighborhood in which they live. They have bought into this community in its current state. And for us to
Yeah.
open the floodgates,
Yeah, no, I agree.
I take this very seriously.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that you would like to have this as a wonderful benefit to your property. There are other options for pickleball that don't include being located on your own personal property. But I also agree with Mr. McDonald, who says, the blowers come in, and they're annoying as can be, but they're done. And from what we heard, this is a continuous, and your point about, is this a pickleball club disguised as a house? So, I mean, I think there are some real concerns
Well,
here.
and unlike the case that just was before us where there was a covenant, I don't think we can ask for a covenant to play pickleball only 2 hours a day or something, right?
Or
That's
use
just
specific paddles.
And it's unenforceable
Yeah.
in general, so I don't know how you get around that.
Yeah.
Well, if it was on the record, I mean, he would get tickets from code enforcement if he played outside
You know what,
the
that,
hours.
code enforcement
Yeah.
doesn't come out every day, it's
Right,
like,
right.
it's a limited remedy.
Right.
When
It
the
is,
neighborhood
and
is
there
being
are bigger
affected.
fish to fry for code enforcement frequently,
Well-
so.
Okay.
Pickleball violators.
Well, and,
Well,
you know,
we're downplaying-
leaf blowers,
we're
let's just go right to
downplaying-
leaf blowers. We have a leaf blower law in this town, and
Right.
it doesn't get enforced, so,
It doesn't, no.
yeah, so, okay, I mean, because there's just so much you can do. I
Sure,
mean,
of course.
All right, let's hear from the community. Yeah. If anybody else, so, okay, yeah, all
Come on
right,
up.
if somebody wants to come up, we've heard from a lot of you before. If there's something new, please try to limit yourselves to 3 minutes, and let's try to be concise. Did I swear you in before?
He's a lawyer.
I'm an attorney.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't recognize you. What's your name?
You tell her.
Chairwoman Cohen and board members, my name is Jeff Bragman,
Okay.
and I'm an attorney from East Hampton, and I represent members of the Old Harbor Colony Property Association, and we're in support of the association. I have a housekeeping item that I wanted to bring up before I began a
Okay.
discussion on this, and that is the submission of this noise memo that I think I heard the architect say we put it in a couple of weeks ago. That's not confirmed by the record. I have a copy of it, and it's marked received by the zoning board 2 days ago.
Okay.
So what I wanted to say to the board is, we want to have an opportunity to review this, and respond to it. I think many of the concerns that the member who's assigned to the case raised echo sort of the common sense factors that weren't taken into account, like the duration of play, the intensity of the play, the number of players, the location where the strike happens and where the return happens, and the fact that the noise from pickleball is known as an impulsive noise, which is a term of acoustics, and it makes it particularly disturbing and intrusive, and it's very different from continuous noise, and it may, in fact, merit a different standard that's applied to it. So there are a lot of questions that are not answered in this. We want to answer it. If you prefer, if the case is going to be adjourned, I mean, I'm prepared to talk to you tonight about some of the overarching issues, which I'm happy to do. One of which, the most important is, whether this should go in the side yard at all. I think the evidence is strongly against it. I will make that presentation tonight if you want it. Otherwise, I'd be requesting an adjournment to check into this acoustic report. It's your call. I'm ready to roll if you'll listen to me.
Well, it seemed to me that you'd want the opportunity to check the acoustic, the engineering report as well, so why don't we hold off and do it all at once?
Okay, that's.
I mean, that'd be my preference. Does anybody
That is
disagree with
usually
me?
the way, that is usually the way I prefer to do it. The neighbors are.
We're coming back anyway, so
Yeah, you
Well,
got-
I mean, whether we come back is dependent upon what the applicant wants. Does the applicant want to a straight up or down vote on the application as it stands, or do they want an opportunity to come back with something different? That's up to them.
And it's something different is not what you're asking for here.
Well, first of all, we haven't had a chance to really review the
memo.
engineering thing. We need some more
Doesn't
information
really
about
matter.
credentials.
I
So
think
on
it
the
needs to be
basis of that, I
redone.
feel that we aren't in a position to make a decision at this point.
Right.
So
Right, but
I
that's,
think,
it's up to them.
I feel like I want to go out on a limb here and say that even if we are given information that demonstrates that the engineering report is prepared by a highly credentialed
Right,
individual in this space, I'm not sure it's going to change my overall view, because I think, as we heard even this evening, the issue of the change of character in the neighborhood, for me, is what is guiding my thinking. And it's just a dramatic change and will open floodgates. And I view it as highly problematic here.
I don't
agree
think,
with
let me
you
just,
too.
If I can interject,
Go ahead.
I'm not sure I'd be happy with the record closing on a document that was submitted 2 days before the hearing date, which we haven't had an opportunity to respond to, and probably more importantly, that the board hasn't had a chance to look over and digest. I've sat on both sides of the dais, and I think taking some time it makes for better decisions and a better record post-decision if there's any appeal.
I agree.
I think at the same time, you've heard from the board, the number, the decibels are not as relevant as some of the other considerations. So no matter what they bring in my opinion, it's not going to change my mind, the fact that this is not something I approve of.
Well, I'm sure that even with that attitude, if there's more evidence that comes in, you'll look at it and deal with it.
All right, wait a second, we got to have one meeting. So is Mr. Bragman representing this group or not?
No, but,
Have his letter.
but I think his comments are very well taken by this board, and I think what he's doing
I can
as a
give you more.
lawyer,
Believe me.
What more?
which a lawyer comes from a different perspective, but what he is doing is protecting the record, and he's doing exactly what our town attorney does, is protect the record. So you know.
You may not want to be inconvenienced by coming again.
Exactly.
But if in fact this were taken to another level after our decision, you want to have the best record possible.
He's overstepping.
I assume
He's
that when I come back, I'll be able to make the presentation that I have planned.
I would be in favor of that.
Okay. All right, so it'll be adjourned tonight.
You object?
Luckily, you don't have a vote.
I know,
so
I was gonna say.
Thank you very much. But, all right, I think you're getting the sense from the board that we agree that it's probably in our best interest for you to have an opportunity to review the different reports and come back and make your presentation in toto at some other point. Is that what, am I reflecting you correctly on this?
Yes, you are. It's going to take us some time because we're going to have to get someone to help us with that.
Yes,
report,
and we
so-
don't really have a lot of time in the next couple of meetings anyhow, so
Okay,
we would
all
have
right.
to put this.
That also
but
assumes
having
that that's what the applicant wants as well. I want to be very clear about that. You guys are in the driving seat as to whether or not we close this. You are.
Oh, we are, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And how
mean, if
much
you
time
want
do you-
us to close this tonight
We can do
and
that.
make a decision, I prefer not to do that, because I would really like to make the record as clear as possible.
Understood.
I mean, actually, let me clarify that. If the applicant wants to close it tonight, I do want to hear
Yes,
the
me
community's
too.
attorney's presentation to preserve the record.
If he doesn't want to change his presentation, that's one thing, but, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, so now having clarified all of that,
Are we going to hear from?
yes, I'm going to, so.
Well, I'd like
all right,
to know
go
how
ahead.
much time is needed.
Well, wait, we're not, we're
Oh,
not there
done.
yet.
We have
All right.
Because I want to see
Okay.
if there's anybody in the audience who wishes to come forward at this point and make, and say anything about this application, or are we relying upon Mr. Bragg?
Yeah, you can just go and stand up.
Well, I might as well, I think they expect me to lead off, and I have quite a bit of material to talk to you about. So I can proceed if that's what you want to do.
Please.
Is that where we're going here?
It seems to be.
It seems to be, and then we'll figure out where we
We're debating
are.
it more than we're really doing anything.
Well, wait, I did say, though, that, we're going to have it now, and then we're going to have it again after the engineering report. Do we want to bring the two of them together?
Well, it
Have
seems
all
to
at
me
once?
like
I'd rather do it
every-
at one time.
But that was my preference, but if you want to hear him now, he's not prepared to do the engineering report.
I'd rather
stuff.
do it at one time than.
Let him
Yes.
look at the, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be my preference.
I agree.
All right.
The applicant is.
This way, if there is an appeal from
amenable.
either side, the record is complete, concise, and
Yes.
thorough.
Right, right. That was
It's
my,
a,
that's my
it's a more
recommendation.
orderly process.
Okay.
I agree.
And it'll be a little warmer when we come back in.
With that being said, is there anybody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this that is?
I think I would recommend that the neighbors wait. I've watched the first hearing. I know some of the neighbors have spoken. They're obviously very eager because it affects them deeply.
Very
But
much.
I would suggest, let's wait so everything
And
happens.
then the other thing, we have the record from last time I spoke, so we don't want to hear the same thing again.
Yeah, we don't need
I
to repeat.
understand that.
Yeah.
We've discussed that.
And I think.
I have
it's-
new information for you, I
mean,
promise.
These are your clients. I certainly can't counsel them, but I think it's clear you're not going to be prejudiced by virtue of the fact that we're going to continue this, except for they have to come back, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
But you have an attorney representing you, so if you're not here, it's, he'll be making your points.
I don't think he represents all of them.
Well, maybe not. But is there anybody who really feels compelled to say something at this point?
Something new.
Please, go,
come
step up, ma'am,
Come up,
please.
and did I swear you in before?
Go to the microphone at the podium.
Something.
Go to the podium, ma'am. Go. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Oh, because it's difficult to spell. Understood.
Have I sworn you in before?
No, you haven't.
Okay, let me swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please state your name and address.
My name is Vida Keshtiar. My address is 5 Millrace Road, Hampton Bays.
Okay. Okay, so tell us what you wanted to say.
So I guess to begin with, I want to thank quite a few of you to put yourselves in our position in terms of how do you feel if you're outdoors in the summer and not confined to your space of 150 feet from what the proposal is here. One thing I do like to say is that we live in a community, in fact, a country, that we are supposed to care about our neighbors. And it's not, we raise our kids saying, treat others the way you want to be treated. So it's not really okay with me that Mr. Lorenzo, with all respect, has all these resources to hire architects and engineers paid for. That report is paid for. It wasn't done based on charity. And come with these numbers. All these numbers don't mean anything if you can't even make an eye contact with your neighbors or say, how you doing, buddy?
I think that, that's not really what we're here for.
That's true, but at the same time, we don't live in a community that we should say, what is my passion and my hobby or my interest is mine, and you either live with it or you don't.
Thank you very much.
But if my hobby was playing trumpet or
we
drums,
understand.
and I come here and I promise you I'm going to make sound balls that nobody's going to hear it, but they do hear it, should I just get away with it with some reports?
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you
Can
very
I
much.
ask her a
You're
question?
welcome. Go ahead.
You're Vishna? Is that your name? Your
Vida.
first? Huh?
V-I-D-A.
I can't hear you. V-I-D-A, Vida.
Vida.
Vida. Okay, Vida. I'm looking at a copy of the letter. I just want to ask you. You wrote in your letter, the neighbors have been playing pickleball on an illegal court for 2 years. Did you write that sentence? Absolutely, I did. Okay. I want to put it, it's part of the record so that we all read it and know that. And
Of course. And one more thing, I'm sorry, I need to add to my comments, is that you were talking about the character of the neighborhood.
Yes.
And if I can be very upfront, the character of the neighborhood is as such that most of us are at the retirement age, if not already retired. We've paid our dues, raised our kids. Some of us are lucky to have grandkids. This is the time we want to have a little bit of a peace when we are sitting in our backyard or front yard or walking around the neighborhood with our dogs.
Vida. That point's been made very clearly by
I really
other
appreciate it. So let's be
thank
good
you.
neighbors.
Okay, thank you.
Susan, I don't know if we talked about the fact that there is a court there for 2 years. I don't know.
That's code enforcement.
I know, that's the problem with the code
Okay,
enforcement.
so, anybody on Zoom who feels compelled to speak at this point?
There's no one on Zoom at all.
Okay. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to, who's the lead on this? John,
Mine.
you're the lead. We're gonna
Okay, so-
adjourn, or hold over.
Yeah, we're gonna hold it over, and we're looking at June 4th.
And just check with Mr. Bragman whether that works for him, June 4th.
He's right back there, but.
June 4th?
Do you hear me? We're looking at
Does that
June
work?
4th as a potential date. Is that good for you, or do you need another date? Hold on.
That's not the open, is it?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
It's not during the US Open, okay.
That's the 14th.
6/4.
I would like to ask when the submittals have to be prepared by and submitted.
Candace will tell you that. Give us 1 second.
Right now.
So for June 4th, when do you need submittals?
And this date will be submittals for both sides.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're going to schedule some extra time, so it's not,
We'll put it at the end of the agenda. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, everybody, but.
And for those of you coming, don't come at the beginning if this is at the end of the meeting, so you
Yeah.
don't have to sit
It
here
will, it
for.
will be toward the end, because it's a holdover application.
Oh,
All right, I'm sorry, all right. Wait, we're going to move on at this point.
So,
Or do you want to extend it a little further?
hold on. You'd like to make it, you'd like it to push it out further?
Well, you know what, they never took the pickleball court out that's on our property.
That's nothing to do with us.
Well, that,
Yeah.
no, we're not talking about, and we're not making comments right now. I'm talking to, gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't
Jeff
remember your
Bradley.
name. Okay, so,
If you're getting documents a little in advance,
we're finding a submittal date right now, so give us 1 second. What would be good,
I think he's
Candace?
saying that it's going to be too tight,
it might be,
too tight.
Well, let's see what we got first.
May 1st?
Would May 1st be too soon for you for submitting?
Too soon.
Because if I do May 1st, I get them to you guys.
That's a month.
That's plenty of time.
I think the attorney is saying it's
He
too
can't
tight.
meet that deadline.
Well, wait, hold on, but he's gonna want whatever it is that they submit, so they should submit to us and him.
If he submits them to me on May 1st, you all would actually receive it May 7th, which would be your meeting.
Okay,
I
so
get
when
that
would-
midnight,
when
and
would
then
this
there's 3
gentleman's-
weeks. There's, you have the 14th, the 21st, there's 3 weeks before the 4th.
So would you be able to submit to
Mr. Bragman can't
us?
meet that deadline. He can't meet
He's
the,
an expert, he needs to look.
he can't meet May 1st.
No, we're not saying, that's not what we're saying. Everybody stop. Everybody stop, okay? So what we're saying is that these people provide us with documentation by May 1st, which would then be submitted to the board and to this gentleman. He would then have an opportunity some weeks later to submit, because you're gonna wanna look at what they wrote, right? You're not gonna just base it on what you already have.
Written submission deadlines, which
So
is-
that's what I'm doing. That's what, I'm creating a briefing schedule. Okay, so let's,
Okay, so now let me have to sign it.
yes, I am. I too am a litigator. So,
If you said briefing schedule, I would have understood that.
yeah, so let's set a briefing schedule. Can you,
No, hold on a minute.
what?
How long is it gonna take you to get whatever you, who's doing first in the briefing schedule? You gotta have-
They're gonna do
I
first.
think that would give us 30 days to get a new report together. I think we could do that.
So you wanna do it?
May 1st is okay. to
For
submit.
your
May
submittals.
1st.
Yeah.
With the certification
Yeah,
of
we'll give you the whole-
engineer, the
yes,
whole thing.
everything.
Okay.
So
Okay.
He's going to do May 1st.
And then what day, so if we're looking at the calendar, sir, what day would be good for
How long
you?
do you need, Jeff? Jeff, just come to the podium for me. Come on, Jeff. How, all right, if they
You're gonna
do it
have,
May 1st, how
from
long-
May
how long
1st,
do
you're
you
gonna
need?
have almost 5 weeks.
No, hold on a minute.
yeah.
So.
From May 1st to June 4th is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right, is about 5 weeks. How many
My
weeks?
question was, do you need the 5 weeks? That's what I was trying to find
Well,
out.
You
how
gotta
many-
get them to us 2 weeks in advance.
Right, so that's what I was just gonna ask Candace. So how far in advance do you need for us to get it, so we have it at least a week before?
See, that's my concern. I think June 4th is too quick for me.
Well, the only reason I said June 4th the first time, because the first comment was that they want all the rent submissions together from both parties.
Okay.
That's why I said June 4th.
Okay.
So.
The next meeting is the
next date after
July
June 4th?
2nd.
That's technically.
Okay.
July
okay.
2nd?
So as long as I get about 30
July
days,
2nd.
I'm, with their documents in hand, and I have about 30 days, that's sufficient.
Sorry, my question is,
Everybody's talking at once.
both reports should come at the same time. I
No,
don't
they
think we
shouldn't,
should-
sir. No,
Why
no,
not?
no. Because we need your information.
Right.
So that he can reply to it.
Right.
And then we can read it all
What about
together.
us replying to his?
information?
You'll have an opportunity.
You'll have an
to do that.
opportunity at the,
At the meeting.
at the
Or
meeting.
even submitting something before the meeting, because he's,
Right,
you
he
know,
should have to submit
he's
something
gonna-
before the 4th
yes,
as well.
yes.
Okay, so then wait, now, hold on. Now, hold on. Now, if we go out to July 7th, then we can provide you with a
Hold on
reply.
minute. You asked me for dates, and I'm trying to read the calendar and tell them what their dates are.
Let's let
Okay,
Candace do that.
because You want the applicant to do it by May 1st. Jeff, are you good by May 29th?
May 1st, I was thinking like around June 4th or so,
Okay,
something like that.
so then June 5th, which is the following Friday.
Okay. June, so he's submitting
He
documents
submits by May 1st.
by May 1st.
You submit by June 5th.
Right.
Right.
And if that's the case, then the board will have to schedule your hearing on July 7th.
And
And then
you're
we have to
going
give
to
them an
have to get
opportunity
the
to
materials to you in advance of the meeting as well.
Okay.
And then they can provide us with anything prior to
July
that as
2nd.
well. So then we need
July
another
7th.
date for them.
Second.
Wait,
Sorry. Okay, May
Yeah, this is
1st,
the holidays
June
before.
5th, together,
and then,
July 2nd.
7th.
And that's usually how we do our briefing schedules, and then once you submit your stuff on July 2nd, applicant, if you wanna come in and see the file, see what you submitted, feel free.
Okay, all right, so
Hold
I
on,
think
but-
we have a dates.
but I want to see, if you're going to submit anything in addition,
Oh,
In response to his
looking at
submission.
what he's written.
But then, does he have an opportunity?
get a-
No,
And it
no,
goes
no,
back
no,
and
no,
forth.
no, no,
Doesn't
no.
get a
No, I
reply.
think that's.
Hold on, hold on. That would be a
I-
surreply, that's not
I
allowed.
agree with Helen.
So,
We're making a lot of a sound, which
a
is
lot.
probably not gonna matter much.
All right, let's,
but
This is not a motion, this is
No,
just
I
one
know,
report,
just-
2 reports. You look at it, we come back, I get the
leave it.
podium,
Yes.
the neighbors can
That's fair.
talk.
that's,
I want to be sure, hold on, no, that's not, no. Because if they are going to write something, I'm not going to sit here and have a submittal on the desk when we walk in on the day of the hearing. It's just, that happens all the time. It's frustrating, and I don't like it. So why don't we, stop.
can I ask that
So
question,
to the
John?
extent that he wants to, that these people want to submit anything else, I want it in time, that it's in my packet, so that I can see it before we walk into this chamber.
Correct.
So if Mr. Bragman has to respond by June 5th, they have,
Give him a week, you do June 12th. This way, I get it on June 12th, I can mail it to the board on Tuesday the 16th, and you would have it before your July 2nd meeting.
Beautiful.
I just want to complicate this slightly. If he's, this is not a motion where one party makes a motion, the other answers, and there's a reply. He's just submitting a consultant's report, and we are going to submit a consultant's report. I'll have time to review his, he'll have time to review mine, and then we both come in and discuss it. There's no reply here. If you want to get.
There is whatever I want it to be, that's what it will be. Whatever this board wants it to be, sir, we're quasi judicial. I've said it's a briefing schedule, but I would like to see, I don't want these people, which happens all the time with applicants, that they submit stuff and it sits on my desk the moment I walk into this chamber. We're not having that. We can't read it, then what are we gonna do? Hold it open yet again? Think about the prejudice
I agree
and
with
time.
you, I agree with you,
But
I'm
Jeff,
just saying, let's.
nope, the practice of this board has always been to let the applicant respond, always.
Always.
I've been sitting with this board for 16 years. So you don't, there's not like simultaneous, they don't get to speak again, it's their application.
Right, and coming in and doing it on the night of the hearing is too late.
okay, can I make a suggestion?
Let's just do it this way.
Am
Make
I
a
going to get a chance
suggestion.
to reply here?
No,
No, this is my suggestion.
not on.
Applicant has till May 1st.
May 1st.
You then have to June 5th.
Right.
Anybody who wants to comment and.
Wait, no,
let-
something before they want the applicant to respond, so you have to give him to June 12th.
June 12th.
They want him,
Well, I was getting to that point. He submits on the 5th, and you have till June 12th to get something to us.
You got it.
Otherwise,
That's fair. That
okay?
gives us
That's
a
what,
full
that's my
week.
June 12th. That's what I was gonna
And
say.
then that gives
And that
us-
gives us
it'll be
time
in-
to get it before the 7th of the
And
July
it'll be in our
2nd.
packet for the 18th?
Okay.
exactly what
Yeah,
that's.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
Right.
Candace, could we put this on the night of the Christmas party?
I might get sick, I won't be there.
Something to talk about.
Mr. Leonard, can you
No,
give
no, no.
that to me one more time?
No, I'm gonna do it to you.
We've spent
Let me do it.
30 minutes going over dates.
All right,
We're-
this
we're
is,
done.
and this is the last thing, yeah. You have till May 1st to submit the credentials and everything that we've asked you for. You then have
The whole thing
until
on the-
June 5th to review that,
He just
plus
said he
your
didn't know.
arguments and whatever else you want to present to us, and submit it. You submit it on June 5th. You have until June 12th to respond to that in any way that you want in writing before the meeting.
Correct.
Because we're not going to accept it if it lands on the
And then that
desk,
is-
like John
And
says.
this is 2026.
Correct.
And then the meeting's going to be on July 2nd.
Okay, so
Okay?
let me put that in my motion.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
I move to hold the application of Lorenzo Cavallaro, the hearing on the application open to the July 2nd meeting. We are having a briefing schedule whereby applicant will provide the board with documentation as well as attorney for the residents by May 1st. The documentation that we've discussed here today that we feel is missing, and anything else that you want to put in. Attorney for the residents will provide a response by June 5th, and the applicant will be able to reply to that by June 12th.
Second.
Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Mazzarino? Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
All right, chair votes aye.
Thank you.
I hope you all got that.
Happy
Okay.
Easter, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Buon Natale.
Okay, audience,
Buona
bye.
Pasqua. Sì, buon Natale.
Good holiday.
Okay.
Okay, number 11 on the agenda, application of Sarah B. LLC, 65 Inlet Road West, Shinnecock Hills, Suffolk County Tax Map number 900-176-1-12.
Who's here?
Okay.
Adjourn to John Ford.
Same shape.
Here she is.
Yep. Thank you.
You're dating yourself, my friend.
this is
I
yours,
thought you were
John.
younger.
You're coming up here for.
No, in the 70s, we watched Mighty Mouse reruns
Endlessly.
endlessly.
I watched some originals.
Okay, could you please take it outside? We're still having a meeting. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Where can you get something to eat?
I had mine.
Everyone takes one.
behind the 8 ball already.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Papers for you all.
Colder?
Pass that down. Pass it down, pass it down.
Continue
Pass it
on,
down.
please. Okay,
Is this a packet? Is that how this
Yep,
is?
just pass it
You're
down.
gonna make it take more than the whole thing?
Visiting with the neighbors.
The new plan
is that, pass this down.
on that plan.
Pass these down, please. Now, it's one packet.
Yep.
All right, hold on.
All right, hold on.
Hold on.
Keep one for yourself.
A couple of the surrounding.
new.
All right, guys. Okay. Hold on one second. So this, is there only one set of these? Or is there multiple?
65.
All right, so there's not enough for everybody, but you guys can share these.
Okay.
You guys close the door.
Door.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
With the basketball court.
Because they don't play it the whole day.
Pickleball's got its own rules. Thank God.
Seriously, thank God.
Every single time.
Is yours?
Yes, indeed.
What is distance when this meeting?
We took your
So,
words.
well, before you begin, I swore you in the last time, so I don't need to swear you in, but just state your name again. for
Carol
the-
Sullivan.
Okay, Carol. Thank you. All right, so Carol, what's new?
All right, so what's new is we came in the last time with a wholly absurd ask. But I didn't know that because I'm new at this game. I've done this before with Michelle Wagner, who is the best at this. She's retired and left me to my own devices.
All right, there
Oh,
you
I'm
go.
sorry to hear that.
There are others besides her.
Well, I've had a very hard time finding them.
So, what are we?
I did ask for some suggestions from you guys, and I guess you're not allowed to do that. So what we've done anyway is go from that 7,000 plus to, I think it's 2,600 square feet, cubic feet.
Cubic
Yeah.
feet.
So what we did was get rid of the front facade, kept the ceiling height, the same as what is existing. If you remember, there is a first floor here, complete, the footprint hasn't changed at all. There was a second floor that had roughly a third of the first floor was built out. And so we're asking to complete that build-out to the front of the building, so that it will become an upside-down house with living room, dining room. There was an existing great room, so we're just adding the kitchen and the dining room rather on the second floor.
What's the pyramid relief request now?
I want to say it is 2,672.
I didn't get a survey.
Which is very much in keeping with
All I got was
the property that is in the back corner, which abuts this. I believe their pyramid relief at Boathouse Road was 2,900.
Okay.
There's a, if I could, I'm just a little confused. There's a few different numbers floating around here. So that's increase of roof volume is 2672 cubic feet. Looking at your application, so there's an existing encroachment of 375 cubic feet, is that correct?
That was just the
On your microphone.
Sorry,
It's okay.
we would flatten that.
So is that gonna go away?
That'll go away.
Okay, so then you're just looking at looking at the numbers on your application, I have 1877 cubic feet, 368.3, well, then there's existing encroachments.
The existing encroachment in the back, left and right.
So the 368.36 and the 494.2 are existing encroachments that are staying.
Correct.
Okay, so then you've got an additional encroachment of 1877.
Right.
And then what else would there be?
1,010
Where's the 1,010?
on the left side. So the way this guy did it was to put it into boxes essentially. So if you look at the front left of the plan study, the pyramid areas, that's the 1010. And the front
I
right is the
see.
1877.
All right,
So I get it.
all right, let me,
So you're at 2887 actually,
Yeah, less than
additional.
365, I think it was. And maybe I have it wrong.
oh, that's your,
That was the peak of that roof. That will go away and become flat.
Okay, but this,
Peak.
but this 386.36 on the back left and the 494.2 is gonna, on the
Those would
back
stay.
right, those stay.
Correct. So this was done, I want to say this was 19, bless you.
And that's because this is just an addition to the second story on the front part of the building. So there were 2 stories to the back,
Yes.
and you had encroachments on either side. And then you're adding in this
So the
2887,
The
okay.
footprint remains the same. We're coming forward. Bedrooms,
Okay.
1 additional bathroom.
I'm very appreciative that you have really brought this relief request down considerably.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you grant it. I think it's reasonable. I also think that when you look at, again, you look at this is what's next door. We're, I think, 7 feet lower than the allowable. I don't think it's a big ask in this particular neighborhood where everything has a literally everything has a variance. The house next door, the house that touches it on the back end, the house that touches it on the right. And the house on the right is far higher and will continue to be. So if you see the back end, I think you have these pictures. If you see the back end, so that's our height without the peak. And this guy's way higher and will continue to be. So we're not bothering him. I
And you're
think-
just coming up to the same level as the roof in the back.
in the
Yes,
roof, yeah.
exactly. a little bit lower.
Is he elevated, is his property elevated in
He's got-
comparison to
yeah,
yours?
So he's got the floodplain, so I think he's up 2 feet. We're not in the floodplain, and the house to the left of us is not in the floodplain. So it's an odd little conglomeration.
Yeah, it's like where the cutoff
Yeah,
is.
but some of the relief that's been given, recently, I think the back end was, Savage's got, and you guys did, I think it was under 3,000. And their house looks beautiful. It's certainly not a curse to the neighborhood. And the house, there's a huge house going up Catty Corner. There's a huge house on the corner of Boathouse, the other corner of Boathouse and whatever the hell this is. I'm so damn tired. So every house in the neighborhood is really, anything that's been done has required relief. Let me do it, please.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, okay?
You know, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm having difficulty actually finding the right figures.
I'm gonna ask Artie to review the plans again.
Yeah, I mean, it
What I
just,
can do is get you, I was with this guy today, I was with him yesterday.
yeah.
I can get you the right figures. I think they're very close. I think they're actually 2,500 is the right number, I believe.
Okay, because I'm having trouble adding them up, and it's like unclear on the page where it is.
Well, yeah, the application has one number, some numbers.
Yeah.
What you just gave us has 2887
Less
in the
the,
front.
yeah, less the whatever.
Well, no, no, this is the calculation. It's not less anything else.
Okay,
It's,
but I think what Candace, what Katie is suggesting is that the building department is gonna review.
yeah, no, they have to,
come up.
I mean, and then we have other numbers elsewhere, so I'm not exactly sure what.
If I stay under 2,900, it's a go?
We can't.
No, can't do it that way?
We can't.
So let me just say this.
So she's just saying she doesn't have to come back.
Yeah, no, I think we can clarify this with written submissions and the building department. I think you're getting a favorable sense from the board, who's appreciative of the
Very
fact,
happy camper tonight.
yeah, appreciative of the fact that you've reduced substantially. But before we do anything, we've got to get the right figures.
Because we have to put those figures in the decision.
The figure
so
has
we
to be in the
can't-
decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Full set of plans. Who do I give them to and how soon?
So right over there.
We're gonna give
And-
you, we're
and
gonna
we're
give you the
gonna-
date to have them you by.
No, but looking at what you've done, it's, you know, we talk so much about the character of the community. I don't think it's gonna change the character of the community, what you're asking for.
Great, thank
The
you.
house next to you is enormous and high, and
I'm comfortable also,
I'm
let's
comfortable with it.
clarify, clean
Just
up
need
the
the,
record.
we just need the right figure.
The
so
record.
when
Got it.
Yeah.
Katie writes up the decision, the figure's in there. This way, when the building department comes out and inspects, you have the right numbers.
And you want that to be correct, because you don't ever want to question.
Carol, is
So-
this thing that came down the,
Yeah, that was the original.
All right, okay, well, you take that back, because you don't want, all right, so as I understand it, the building department will review, you'll get the plans to Candace, who will share them with the building department, review it.
okay. And so long as the numbers are not
They're not going to be, I promise you.
crazy. Yeah,
I have that already, that's the one that Katie said she's gonna have the building department take a look
Yes.
at.
yes.
So Carol, before you go back to your architect,
I'm going back to my architect anyway. All the numbers should be the same. I can't tell you.
I know, but I wanna say.
She's gonna go bust some
We want the
heads.
building inspector to look at, it, because if there's something else he wants to add or change, I'd
You
rather
got
for
it.
you have
Full
that
set.
information before you go back.
Full set of plans.
Carol, did you hear what she said?
Yes, I
Let
did.
the building department look at it, and if there's another thing that they need, they'll let you know, so that you can talk to your architect at that point.
And do it all at once.
Straighten it.
I have to tell you, I spoke to 3 different architects. 2 of them had no idea what the formula was. The guy came back to me with stuff. I said, this isn't right. No, it's absolutely right. It's not right. It's not the formula. All right,
Well,
thank
we're
you
we're very appreciative of your taking the steps to try to ameliorate what was a very large request the last time. Yeah.
Won't happen again.
No, live and
Thank
learn.
you all very much.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Just to clarify how much time we need.
I hope not long. I have a lot of guys
You've
standing
got
there
to,
doing nothing.
the building department has to review, you then got to go back to the architect, get everything straightened out on the plans accordingly.
I will sit there with the whip with the architect while he
Okay,
does it.
But, what do you think?
Just do your normal,
Written submission date, yeah.
Because there's actually 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Second meeting.
All right, okay, so we'll close the public hearing. Okay, John, this is yours.
Okay, that's
Go
me.
ahead.
So I move to close the public hearing, hold it open for written submissions to April 17th with a decision on May 7th.
Wonderful,
Okay.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia.
Aye.
Ms. Kane.
Aye.
Mr. McDonald. Ms. Burgess.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much, Carol.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aren't you glad it's over?
It's not working.
Yeah, the elevator's not working. Actually,
not?
be careful going downstairs.
You can do it, Carol. You
can.
You're absolutely correct. I just told one of my sons, I think I need to get a facelift because people aren't going to hire me anymore. I'm too old.
Facelift?
Carol.
We'll talk about that separately.
Yeah, let's not have that on the record, please.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're now up to decisions, and the first one is Bob. Okay.
Okay, this is the decision for Jeremy McMahon, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-131-3-15. This application is for property located at 25 Valerie Road, North Sea. Applicant seeks variances for additions to an existing dwelling that was constructed in 1967 in compliance with C-zone regulations for on a non-conforming lot. Applicant explained that the additions are proposed in the most practical location and due to the age of the house and the prior construction, the house will not support a full second-story addition. The board finds that this application passes the standards set forth in New York State Town Law and Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from the following provisions of Town Code for proposed two-story addition to an existing dwelling on a non-conforming lot. Town Code 330-6, general regulations that references Town Code 330-11 for a principal front yard setback of 31.5 feet where 40 feet is required, and 2, Town Code Section 330-115D1, for a principal minimum side yard setback of 11.7 feet, where 16.3 feet is existing, and 3, Town Code 330-84D, Pyramid Law for a west sky plane encroachment in the amount of 2,695 cubic feet, as shown on the survey prepared by David H. Fox, last revised March 18, 2026, and the floor plans dated November 17, 2025, right?
Yes.
2025, and elevations dated March 26, 2026, both prepared by Michael Sedano, architect. Grant of the foregoing relief is subject to such conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired or may otherwise have to acquire for final approval of subject premises, including the removal or relocation of the frame shed with a ramp to a conforming location as shown on the aforementioned survey.
Second.
Mr. Macedonia.
Aye.
Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Ms. Kane.
Aye.
Mr. McDonald.
Aye.
Ms. Burgess.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, I have a decision in the application of Singles and Doubles LLC, Suffolk County Tax Map 900-19-1-17. This application is for property located at 24 Bayview Road, Noyak. Applicant seeks a modest pyramid encroachment for a new one-family dwelling on a non-conforming lot. This board finds that the application passes the standards set forth in New York State Town Law and Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from Town Code Section 330-84D Pyramid Law for an east sky plane encroachment of 432.25 cubic feet for a new one-family dwelling, as shown on the survey prepared by Gary J. Benz, L.S., last revised July 8, 2025, and the floor plans and elevations prepared by Scott Michael Stapleton, R.A., dated March 21st, 2026. Grant of the foregoing is subject to such other conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired and may otherwise have to acquire for final approval of subject premises.
Second.
Mr. Leonard.
Aye.
Ms. Kane.
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia.
Aye.
Mr. McDonald.
Aye.
Ms. Burgess.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, Kevin, you're next.
Yep. I make a motion in the application of Nicholas Martin, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-85-2-6. This application is for a property located at 2173 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. Applicant seeks a parking variance to allow the conversion of a pre-existing dwelling into an office building. After feedback from the planning board, the applicant was able to reduce the basement area of the building and reconfigure the parking to reduce the variance requested. As modified, this application passes the standards set forth in New York State Town Law and the Town Code. Therefore, this board grants relief from Town Code Section 330-95, Schedule of Off-Street Parking Space Requirements for Non-Residential Uses, to allow 11 parking spaces where 14 parking spaces are required for the proposed conversion of a one-family dwelling to a business occupancy, as shown on the site plan prepared by Martin Architects, last revised March 27, 2026. Grant of the foregoing is subject to other conditions and permits as applicant has already acquired or may otherwise have to acquire for final approval of the subject premises, including securing a certificate of appropriateness from the Landmarks and Historic Districts Board prior to the issuance of a building permit.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Aye.
Mr. Leonard?
Aye.
Ms. Kane?
Aye.
Mr. Macedonia?
Aye.
Ms. Burgess?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, do I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.